I don't care if everybody's here. Let's just play. All right. Morning. So we have a D500 now that we roll. We got our life together. That's what that means. And that is for facts. Factspiration. No, what the fuck? All right, hold on. All right, 323. 323 is in the self-assessments miscellaneous. Have you ever felt basic, like a basic bro or a basic bitch? Why, and are you okay with that? Okay. I think Stu will ask this question. All right. So have you ever felt basic, like a basic bro or a basic bitch? Why are you okay with that? Now, we can skip this question altogether if somebody has a cool cutscene they want to share. But either, whatever's going on, I would like somebody to sum up what happened last week to get that third hero point and that third hero card draw. Don't be that player that's drawn their week's hero cards like the second round of combat, 30 minutes before the session ends, like somebody did on Tuesday. Like, just don't be like that. So just take care of all your stuff at the beginning of the session like you're supposed to. We got an 8 from Bellinora, going once, going twice. Sold to Bellinora. What happened?
Okay. I will try. We began our session at
I'll
the
try
black
to get
spot.
music. I'll try to get music. You keep going.
We were at the black spot in the middle of the Mana Waste where we had just began our session, where we went to find Dash Darling. We found them amongst a herd of dinosaurs, and at that moment, gunshots rang out. Headless skeletons on undead mechanical horses rode out from the darkness of the black spot to attack us, and very quickly killed Wrangle Feruza. He did not last long. We tried to defend Dash Darling for as best we could, but man, they just had a bad time. They both died. Both of them. But we did manage to defend ourselves and face off the undead. And then afterwards, we examined the body of Dash Darling, where we found a note that gave us some kind of lead. I'm going to be honest, I don't remember the exacts of the details. And at this point, Zenny was chasing the Headless Horsemen into the desert, trying to figure out where they were going, because of her belief that they worked for her brother, the necromancer, who is also trying to buy the Pyronite recipe from Loveless. So, once we all regathered, I gathered up some mementos of the fallen, and we're going to head back to Luna Loveless with this displaced herd of dinosaurs, and then we are going to carry on to the next leg of our journey, which either is going to bring us to the Gunworks or to Alkenstar. I don't think we ever decided on exactly which direction we were going to go.
To interject, we're heading to Martel first, which is on the way to the Gunworks.
We're going that way.
Yeah, I think that is what was discussed at the very end of the session. Was going to
just watching it 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Man, dedication. All right. Sounds good. Take your third hero point and your third hero card draw. Would anybody like to answer the question? Have you ever felt basic, like a basic bro or basic bitch? Why are you okay with that? If you are interested in getting this 1d3 that can be added to any dice roll, go ahead and roll d20 in the chat. Otherwise, we can roll right over this question. That's fine too. Going once. Going twice. Up. Never turning down resources. That's the right attitude in Pathfinder.
Zenny
All right. Zenny? All right. Zenny, have you ever felt like a basic bitch?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think he has.
Okay, fair. Let's see. The question asks why. So why haven't you? Yeah. Why haven't you ever felt like a basic bitch? Because you have so much confidence.
Well,
That cop.
it comes from this blood lord family, and it's kind of hard to be basic if everything's so fucked up.
Okay.
I guess it's basic is relative based on where you grow up. What is get basic?
Yeah. Did you feel basic in Geb as a vampire princess? I mean, I haven't cracked open the Bloodlords that I just got on this month's Humble Bundle, which you can pick up to support some charity that Pathfinder and Paizo believe in. Hashtag not sponsored. But I do have the whole campaign now in Foundry VTT, so I mean, I already got the book and the campaign. ... Anyways. So yeah, all right, that's fine. I feel like your trauma makes you feel like you're definitely not basic. No one else could have a life as messed up as you, except maybe like Asterion, and he's in a different part of the multiverse. So
You're not basic either.
you don't think? Yeah, you know what? I agree. He's definitely not basic. He's definitely not basic. He baby girl, but he ain't basic. All right, well done. You may ask the same question of any willing PC or any NPC you've met during your adventure.
Let's see. We have a fair few NPCs now. Escapist Tom Gordon can be Antipilot.
Oh man. Okay, so Tom Gordon, sometimes he do feel a little basic, because he is a hardworking kobold, and he feels that all kobolds are hardworking, and you know, like maybe sometimes he should be a little lazier, you know, so he can kind of break the mold. But overall, with a name like Tom Gordon, growing up in Alkenstar, working all these odd jobs, he doesn't feel too basic. He does worry sometimes that he doesn't have enough ambition, that he's not doing more with his life. Things definitely took a turn when he started doing crime with some outlaws. So he hasn't felt basic since that happened, for sure. Wonderful. All right, I got a quick service announcement. Last night's podcast was about pimping out Pathfinder 2e bosses, but I want you to know that I'm still dedicated to running this campaign as raw and by the book as possible. I know it's hard to believe. We already have like wild surges, throwing a monkey wrench into everything we try to do, so you do not have to worry about any of the rad/deadly bosses that were discussed in last night's podcast showing up during this campaign.
And keep those paragons out of here.
However,
this
if
campaign, future campaigns are fucked.
if you have signed up for any of the 2025 campaigns, yeah, I'll have to issue a playtest user end agreement or something, because we're definitely going to be trying to cook up some new boss mechanics in the new year. So
Be ready by then. I'm still learning.
All right, let me put on some sinister music and read you this cutscene that would have unlocked after the dead spot scene. All right. We'll just go with the classic tense background music. That's the best. Let's see. Right. All right. All right, so this one is called Clockwork Conspiracies. All right, it is a shadowy workshop at night. The scene opens in a large, dimly lit room that blurs the line between a laboratory and a mortuary preparation room. The air is thick with the scent of oil and decay. Tables cluttered with mechanical parts, arcane instruments, and an unsettling mix of animal and human remains fill the space. In the background, the rhythmic splash of water echoes, adding to the eerie ambiance. An ornate mask, equal parts plague doctor and gas mask, lies on a side table, the lenses catching the flickering candlelight in eerie patterns. A pale, enigmatic man dressed in steampunk gothic Victorian attire stands by another candlelit table. His features are sharp and accentuated by the flickering light, casting long shadows on his pale face as he carefully unfolds a letter. Reading quietly with a rising sneer. Find profit in Alkenstar from a next Geb war, she says. His voice drips with disdain as he continues to read, his other hand absently stroking the spine of a mechanical contraption that resembles a serpent woven of copper wiring and mismatched vertebrae. Sister just shipped me off to hide father's embarrassment. She's no better than the rest of them. With a sharp flick of his wrist, the man holds the letter over the candle. The edges catch fire quickly, the flames consuming the paper as he watches with cold satisfaction spreading across his handsome, pallid features, his dark eyes drinking in the firelight. The red ink fades into blackness, and smoke billows up in swirling patterns. The man, looking around, his voice low but filled with strange enthusiasm. I'll follow Lovelace for now. The clockworks here, they're fascinating, so durable, and the possibilities for improvements. His words trail off as a grotesque yet intriguing sight catches his eye. A disembodied hand, half flesh, half intricate clockwork, scuttles across the table like a spider. The man watches it with a blend of admiration and clinical interest. He approaches the hand intrigued. Ah, my latest endeavor. A perfect blend of necromancy and machinery. You, my friend, are the future. He gently picks up the hand, examining the gears and tiny pistons that mimic the movement of tendons. There is a tenderness here, like a master with his favorite pet, or more so, a father with a favored child. In Alkenstar, even death can be engineered. He sets the hand down, and it resumes its skittering exploration of the table. The man turns back to his work, the camera pulling back to show him amidst his macabre collection, wires, dangling flesh, and mismatched clockwork machinery organized like a spider's web. A lone genius in his element. And then the scene fades out. All right. So, you guys, still in the dead spot, and you are collecting up the herd of dinos, I believe, and the intention was to bring them back to the Bone-In Ranch? Question mark? All right. All right. Let's see. You escort the dinosaurs back to the Bone-In Ranch. According to the clock here, by the time you get there, it would be well after dark. 8 p.m. and change. All right. Let's see. Luna rushes out of the ranch house, and she takes in the scene, sees the dinosaurs, but, and here's where I ask, did you bring the bodies of her dead partners back?
So it was mentioned that excuse me, it was mentioned that we buried them. Don't know if that was don't know if that was still a plan.
Okay. Was the plan to bury them?
Did we bury them at the dead spot?
That's the details I'm not sure about.
How feasible is it for us to,
Bury them.
mount these corpses on dinosaurs?
Ketrin, as a person trained in a good religion, you know that to bury someone in the center of the dead spot would be a tremendous blaspheme against all that is good and holy in the world. Even if that person was a big booby zombie. Maybe especially if they were a big booby zombie. Because they've already been through so much.
Yeah, like losing a head.
I will recommend that we take her away.
Okay.
All right, so slung over some of the dinosaurs or some of your mounts are the headless bodies, because I think both of them got beheaded.
One wasn't.
Well,
one
what
was.
Wrangle?
Go ahead.
Oh?
He was incinerated.
Oh, right. One was blowed up. Okay. So yeah, she sees them and she screams. It is a scream of sorrow. It is a scream of loss, and it is a scream of defeat. She falls to her knees on the beautiful scrimshaw tiles of their courtyard, and she crawls hand and knees towards the mount that has her former partners. She reaches up with a shaky hand and touches them, and the sobs come harder, and she collapses.
Oh,
Come on,
Sorry
guys.
for your- yeah.
Pathfinder,
Yep.
just roll a DC 25 society, and we'll move on with it. We don't need a painful roleplay scene. Come on, let's get.
Ella just sorrowfully looks at us and says, "We're sorry for your loss. We did everything we could to protect them, but we were set upon by powerful assailants."
Okay. She looks up at you, her eyes wild and unseeing, and then they sort of focus on you, following sort of the sound of your voice. And she says, "You tried your best."
Mostly,
Uh,
yes.
Did you- yeah,
Who did this?
Bella looks
Was
at Zenny.
Was it something out there in the waste?
It was someone out there in the waste.
One person did all this? One person was too much for you to stop?
Oh, mainly the headless horseman that they created.
Headless horseman?
They're a powerful necromancer creating vicious undead. It's what Wrangle and it's what they witnessed that put them in danger.
This is all about that night and what they saw?
I'm afraid so.
Her body heaves with silent sobs. And then on shaky feet, she stands and attempts to lift the very hefty body of the headless Dash Darling off of the mount. It is almost too much for her, and she is staggered under the weight. But she places her on the ground and then moves to Wrangle's body as well.
I'll give her a hand.
Life out here in the waste is hard, but I don't think anything really prepares you for having to bury your love.
I know things seem bleak, and I know that you feel you've lost everything, but something that my father once taught me is that people aren't gone until you give up on them. This is a world full of magic, and you always have options.
Damn. So as you say that, a Stephen King short story kicks off, featuring Luna Lovelace and the Dead Spot. But that is a tale outside the scope of this adventure.
That's future DLC.
Yeah, she looks at you when you said those words, and you see a grim determination appear on her face, and she says, "You're right, and I haven't lost everything. I have all this that we worked hard to make, and I'm not just gonna leave it. You strangers tried, I suppose. Wrangle was a dead man anyways, and Dash was living on borrowed time. At least I get to bury him. At least I know what happened. And at least in the end," she puts a loving hand on the charred remains of Wrangle. "I know Wrangle weren't no dinosaur fucker. And I think that might be the most important part of this."
We have an idea of where the people who are involved in all this may be headed. So probably after we rest for tonight, we'll head out in the morning.
What business is it of yours that they killed my people?
They're gonna do a whole lot worse to Alkenstar if they get their way.
I still can't believe that this is all mixed up with her.
She's the one that started it all.
You think you know a person, but how am I to know something as ancient and mysterious as her? What I saw was just who she was around me. I never saw who she really was. I guess everyone's gonna see soon enough.
Some people put on a certain face in front of the people that they love. Sometimes you just can't help it. You want them to see the best of you.
Well, you're welcome to stay the night if you need to rest. But I'll be up late. I have work to do.
Anything you want done with the herd?
If you have any energy left, if you could help me get them corralled up for the night and fed and watered, I'd appreciate it.
Sure thing. That's what Walter does for, I guess, the next couple hours.
All right. With her direction, mechanically, you would just sort of follow the expert, you know, do what she's asking you to do, that sort of thing. But if you are ready to flex your lore ranching skill, this is the time.
Oh, lore skill? What the fuck is that?
Lore ranching specifically. Lore animal husbandry. Would you allow? I would allow that. I would definitely allow that. Yeah, I would definitely allow that. That seems like a kingmaker lore skill that needs to happen. So
Write that down.
all right, so that would be the night then. The next couple hours are spent on that, and then she drags the bodies into a small barn and doesn't come out again.
Walter would just kind of peek around just to check on her after a while.
Okay, you're gonna try to like look through the slats in the barn like a real horror movie. See what she's doing.
Sure, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah. She is cleaning the bodies.
Okay.
Cleaning them.
Yeah. People clean the dead before they bury them. It's a sign of respect. In most religions. As adventurers, you probably have forgotten what it's like to have time to respect your dead. But yeah, it's
As an adventurer, you're lucky if you get a dug grave.
right.
You just become fertilizer.
Dang. I mean, it's true. Monsters do like to eat people. All right. What now? I guess you're gonna get a rest. You're gonna hit the I slept button, and you're gonna do the daily preparations. Yeah.
Do we need a rest yet?
Well, it's 10 o'clock at night. Do you just want to head out right now in the night and head to Martel? It is about a day's journey.
No,
A day's ride.
need a
Excuse me. Okay.
This is Pathfinder. We need a rest.
Doctor's orders.
Yeah.
The
Listen.
itinerary is getting tight.
This came up last night as well in the podcast. Dom and I are not believers in the let players rest in between every single encounter. So if you do have a chance to rest, you may as well. You may as well rest.
And I would heal up anyone to full who
Yep.
wasn't.
So everyone
by
heals
just
to
the rest.
full, and then they get rid of their wounded status as well. And if you have other things that go away by sleeping, I wish they had a term for long resting. And then you roll up into daily preparations.
We're going
So-
to we'll be in Martel the next day.
Yes.
All right.
Well, tomorrow morning you're gonna go there. You're not gonna walk there in your sleep, but you're gonna travel to Martel. Yeah.
We'll be there by night.
Bella, with your wide
Everything.
spread Yeah, of whoa, your widespread of knowledge skills. You would know a decent amount about Martel. Do you want me to read this Wikipedia entry aloud, and it would be you explaining to everyone before bed? Like,
Yes, please. Yes,
okay.
please.
Do you want to read it so that
No.
okay, you sleepy? Okay. The city of Martel is in the Grand Duchy of Alkenstar, along the Ustrati River, west of Alkenstar City and east of the gunworks. Its most notable features are the two enormous buildings that make up most of the city. So if you've seen the fantastic Judge Dredd movie that takes place inside a ginormous skyscraper, I'm talking about the good one with, like, what's his name? Carl Urban, is that his name?
Carl
Anyways, it's
Urban?
not the Sylvester Stallone. Carl Urban, yeah. So, first of all, great movie. Secondly, yeah, there's basically this city is these two ginormous skyscrapers that are connected by a number of stone and metal bridges. It's, and I don't want to hurt any feelings, it's basically Sharn, the City of Towers discount version. All right,
Sharn,
so yeah. The Grand Duchy of Alkenstar maintains an extensive treasury in Martel, composed of vaults below the city that are guarded by clockwork horrors and deadly advanced traps. The Grand Duchy's gun marshals have a headquarters in Martel. Additionally, the town is the center of banking in the Grand Duchy of Alkenstar, where the financial practices are as advanced as Alkenstar's level of technology. So imagine if Wall Street was two giant skyscrapers and a steampunk city full of cops and banks. That's pretty much what you're dealing with.
That is what Wall Street is, I think.
Oh yeah, okay, sweet. While this makes Alkenstar effective in their financial dealings, it has left the city-state with a slightly less than trusted reputation throughout the inner sea region. Because, you know, it's hard to trust rich people. Except in America, I guess, where we blindly worship them. So, you also know that despite having a huge concentration of law enforcement, because there's a lot of money, and maybe because there's a lot of law enforcement, there's a lot of Thieves Guild activity in the area, and they boast an amazing black market. This black market can be discovered with a DC 30 thievery or society check, or a slightly lower check if you have like underworld lore or something like that, like crime lore. They sell any items, even magical items, level 10 or less, but anything uncommon is a flat check fortune tag 10 or higher, and then anything rare is a flat check fortune tag 15 or higher to see if they would have it available. But it's a pretty good place to pick up gear and equipment that may have been unobtainable up until now.
There are things that I need.
All right. And then I guess while we're doing an info dump, would you also want to tell them about the gunworks?
Sure. Where they house the Rova gun, you mean?
Yeah. So, the gunworks is essentially a military research facility. And it is the primary source of firearms for the Grand Duchy and all of Galarian since it was built in 4620, which is 102 years ago. So you missed our big anniversary. Let's see. At the center of it is a small castle, and then there are two towers there as well. Dedicated to two different types of research. One is metallurgy and one is engineering. Metallurgy also covers all of their alchemical studies as well. There is a wall around the facility, and there is a small sort of military town built within the walls and outside the walls, and a small like port town as well. Let's see. The big deal over there is the Maw of Rovagug. This is a massive cannon, like the cannon from Final Fantasy VII. Got big old cannon that you shoot, goes all the way across the ocean. So this cannon is so large that it is what they use to scare off, not kill, scare off the kaijus of the Western Waste whenever they wake up and decide they want to head east and cause trouble. The cannon is so powerful that it is feared by the nations of Nex and Geb, though of course not publicly. And technically Nex is, you know, a governing entity over Alkenstar, winky face. So they definitely don't fear it. But it is said to have a range of many miles, I believe up to 100 miles, with still retaining some accuracy. And the blast radius of the gun is over 100 feet in every direction of where it hits. So it's a big deal. They manufacture only small arm weapons and siege weapons publicly, but they are constantly working on experimental technologies and weapons. And it is rumored that much as the Clockwork Sphinx was a combination of magic and technology, they are also pursuing that line of studies there as well. Let's see. They have a generally a conservative production rate publicly, though Bella, you know that they produce far more weapons than they tell the public at large, and then they stockpile those weapons for the duchy. And while they make a ton of money creating weapons and exporting them around the world, they try to make it seem that their production means are limited so that the rest of the world does not panic about everyone in the world having a gun within the next like decade or something, though they certainly could produce at such a rate if they needed to.
Everyone complains about Pyronites.
Well, the thing is, if you have something powerful and scary that is easily accessible, the people who are currently in power are going to want to stop it. And so it's been a very difficult time for Alkenstar to sort of have the facade of like clumsy, dim-witted inventors. You know what I mean? Like the world doesn't worry about Alkenstar because they're so busy blowing themselves up, those crazy coots out in the desert. But this facility kind of represents like, oh no, they're definitely going to be able to defend themselves, and if their attitude were to shift, they could become a real military threat in the world. So, or they could simply destabilize the world by sending out their technology en masse and basically arming revolutionaries, arming civil wars, citizen revolts, that sort of thing.
What I'm saying is the seal's already broken. We already got the guns that can do that. What's Pyronite at this point?
I mean, Pyronite can detonate.
That's a take.
Pyronite can detonate multiple buildings, if not a whole city.
Yeah, and you can do like 70 damage with a single bullet. You know, like it's.
And multiply that by like 1,000 in Alkenstar.
Yeah.
Just looks at Bella.
What else would Bella know? This is a good chance to kind of drop a lot of like Bella knows shit.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Okay. You know that the boss of the gunworks is a man named Loy Aiton. And Loy Aiton, by reputation, is the most lawful man in the world. He would have his own mother arrested if she forgot to fill out her taxes on time. His only moral compass is the law. And he has done an excellent job of managing the gunworks for the tenure of his leadership in that position, which is over 20 years. You also know that there is a healthy rivalry between the Tower of Metallurgy and the Tower of Engineering. And it's a friendly rivalry, like the Navy Army kind of thing, you know, like Gary Oak and Ash Ketchum. Like you know, they might tell each other that they stink, but you know, they know that having that rivalry allows them to grow and get strong and all that jazz. Oh, and they have a marketplace that is open, I believe it's twice a week, where the inventors and people there are allowed to sell their personal projects, and they're also allowed to sell defects and excess stuff to the public at sort of an open market fair situation. What's cool about that is that you can buy alchemically tagged and firearm tagged items up to level 12 on those market days. All right. And that's it. So I guess you're heading to Martel?
Thank you for coming to Bella's TED Talk.
All right. Let's see. I have a thing for this. Let's see. Thought I had a thing for this. Oh, there we go.
Running guns from the gunworks to Martel to Alkenstar and all that stuff. Is there any other
Yeah.
smaller bits that Walter or Sid would know?
Let's see. Smaller bits that you would know. Yes, you have a friend who operates out of there. Her name is Captain Celine Gale. A daring and no-nonsense riverboat pilot, known for her speed and agility on the water. She's a smuggler and a snuggler, she likes to say. Yeah, so you've worked with her many times in the past as far as like your river transportation means, and she is based out of the city. So if she was in town, you could definitely reach out to her as a potential contact. All right. Any other questions? No? Okay. Stack, I don't know if you've been here, but definitely your buddy Felix makes trips here all the time.
Okay, so I guess I know like some things about it, or
Yeah, I would say that like
so you broke up, Crash.
thanks, Discord. Yeah. You would know that everything that Bella has said is basically true.
Okay.
Yeah. You would also know that Felix has mentioned the black market as well. So I would say that your friendship with him will give you a +1 circumstance bonus if you are the one trying to find or you're trying to help find the access to the black market.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be here, would he? When he wouldn't.
I mean, there's a chance he would be here because he does have to travel here for business, and if he knows the things that are going on in the city, he might want to be there for what happens in the city, or he might want to be out of town, depending on what he knows about what is coming. If that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions as you're making your way there? I did ask last week, I think, were you okay with just fast traveling to Martel, or did you want me to roll encounters? And I think majority was like, we just like to get there, we don't need any encounters. Is that still hold?
Yeah, I was just joking about the random stuff.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, some people, they're really into that. They're really into
I get enough of that
Cool
tomorrow.
loot is involved in this.
Then I suppose you guys would arrive in Martel. Let me go change out the music, and you guys can figure out what you want to do first. All right. Is this the one? No, that's too pristine. We need like the city's really kicking off. Nope, not that either. Where is it? Is this it? Oh yeah, there we go. All right. So as you arrive at the city, you can tell that it is constantly in motion and movement. River traffic, land traffic, foot traffic, just constant moving. Smoke just pumping out of industrial districts that sort of ring the center of these two massive towers that have a river running between them, and then sky bridges up and down on either side. And the sky bridges themselves have buildings and facilities on the sky bridges, because these are long enough bridges that they fjord the whole river. So this hastily generated image to try to get you in the mood for it is not really indicative of what's going on, so I'm going to draw it real quick. So there is the river, which is that series of lines. Then there's one big-ass tower, two big-ass tower, and then bridges that go above the river connecting the two together. So there's sort of a north Martel and a south Martel on either side of the river. That's how big and impressive the towers are and the city is. And then sort of around both towers is just industry, which of course pumps pollution right into the river, which then flows back towards Alkenstar.
Pollution means progress.
Exactly. Man, this boy gets it. All right, so, welcome to Martel. What do you want to do? Maybe we'll just go like round robin. Ketrin, you're in Martel. What are you going to do?
So Ketrin is kind of just a little overwhelmed initially. She's very familiar with Alkenstar. She's never really traveled outside of Alkenstar till, now and all the crazy shit we've been doing. So really, she feels overwhelmed, and then she starts to see the homeless people on the streets, and then she's like, oh, yeah, I get it. But she's just kind of following for now, because she's not familiar with this city and its problems.
Like any city that is tower-based, of course, down on the street level is where the poor and impoverished, the sickly, the low, the diseased, that is definitely where they're hanging out. And then as you get higher and higher and higher up the towers, life improves and becomes more and more opulent and wonderful. It is the dream of many a poor person down on the street level to eventually be purchased into apprenticeship, wink, because there's no slavery, wink, so that they could live in the higher levels of one of the towers.
Internship. They don't get paid.
No. But they get food and lodging. And then, on the job experience. Yeah. It's really bad too, because the people here, more so than in Alkenstar, the wealthy don't trust as easily, which is kind of saying something. And so most of the staff, like the menial staff and the laborers on the higher levels of the Martel Towers, are Clockworks. Because they don't even want poor people to work jobs up there, if possible. So it's definitely an interesting. I honestly think it's a bit more interesting than Alkenstar, especially if you wanted to have a crime campaign, like a Thieves Guild style heisting type campaign. It's pretty cool. But yeah, you're just gonna kind of take it all in. And since you're now an eternal spirit that protects children, when the campaign's over, you realize that Alkenstar is not the only place. Well, you knew that in your heart, but when you see it, you know what I'm
Franchise
saying?
opportunity.
Right. But when you see it, it's a lot different than knowing. Seeing is a lot different than
Yeah.
knowing. All right, Stack, what do you get up to?
Oh, Stack immediately goes to see if he could find the black market and get up to no good black market shenanigans.
Okay, so your black market temp will have a +1 circumstance bonus, and the skills that you are bringing to the table. Let's see, it's a DC 30 for thievery, or society, or an applicable lore if you got like a shady lore, which I don't think you do.
I have games.
Yeah.
I'll
All
do
right.
thievery.
Okay.
And add +1 and roll. Get a 13 or higher. Oh.
Okay. So asking around, apparently you give off big cop vibes. Also, Bella, you don't know if it was the ride over here, like riding all day, because by the time you get there, it would be at late afternoon. But like your recall knowledge is coming up real light. Like, was that a check to try to find the black market, or just a general like this is my exploration action?
I think I rolled it earlier. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah.
I don't
So,
remember at this point what that was. I think it was connected to I wanted to find the black market. So
okay.
If so, then yeah.
Okay, I mean you could roll a fresh active check now that you're here in the city, but
Okay. There we go.
if that's what you wanted to do.
Yes, I did want to once we got here.
All right, since you have mercantile lore and underworld lore, you and society, which society actually missed by 1. Wow. You are able. No. Your mercantile and underworld were both a 31, so you are able to find it and thus grant everyone else access to the black market. Fantastic.
Hooray, crime.
All right, so Zenny, what do you get up to in the city?
Well, I too would like to do the black market stuff. Did you just succeed, or did you not? You didn't manage to find it.
Oh no. Bella succeeded, so now that one of you succeeded, they can sort of bring everybody else with them.
I actually had an item I was going to use to push me over the top for a +2 bonus anyways, but I guess I didn't need it.
All right, yeah. I mean, you rolled really well. More so, you had a +19 to underworld and +19 to mercantile, so that was yeah. All right, so Zenny, is there something you'd like to do in the city?
Yeah. So regarding like our bounties, are they also plastered everywhere here?
They are definitely pasted up here as well.
Yeah. Ain't great.
We get some updated numbers.
Updated numbers. That is definitely a system I should have explored more, for sure. Let me check my notes where you were at last time.
300 each.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I think with your brazen disrespect of everything there, they should have gone up. But with Loveless on vacation, and the city in sort of disarray after a recent crime spree, I don't think they have really pinned that on you. So I would say in the few days since you last checked, they have not gone up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn in 2 of you, then I could get a shock wound for my weapon.
Yeah, I should have gone full like bounty system, straight out of like Assassin's Creed, spawned random like bounty hunters that would like come after you guys in the middle of fights. There'd be like a chance of like a bounty hunter showing up to complicate your lives. Dang, I'll put that in my post-mort recommendation.
That's a slippery slope,
All right.
there, Josh, because I think you'd be worth more to your family, wouldn't you?
Ooh, I mean, one would argue, yeah. All right. While you are perusing the black market and trying to stay unseen, what is Walter doing upon arrival to the city in late afternoon?
I guess he would go looking for that riverboat captain that he knows.
Okay. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Where is it? Ah, here we go. Okay. All right, so you start asking around for your old contact of Captain Celine Grace. All right. It turns out that she is currently in the South Harbor, which is where you guys are on the south, in South Martel. And as you go to track her down, you would find her ship, but she is not on the ship. Her crew is there, and much of the crew recognizes you, and they sort of direct
Well,
your
they
attention.
probably would recognize Sid.
Oh,
not
oh, oh! Actually, no, they wouldn't recognize either of you because you're disguised because you're wanted felons. Okay, so yeah, then her crew would be a bit standoffish if you approached and were asking questions about her and they didn't know you.
I probably noticing that would then kind of slip that slip in quotation marks that we used to do business with Celine a while back when we were running guns.
Okay, and the man you're speaking with says, well, a lot of people do business with the captain. She's a very business-oriented woman, but I don't know what that has to do with you and why you're asking around about her. I guess that must mean, what, you want to do business again?
Get into the gunworks, yeah.
Oh, getting to the gunworks. Well, that could be arranged. We are just coming back from the gunworks, though, so the captain would have to make the final call on that one.
No one shall be back.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she's at an old dive down by the docks. You could go and look her up yourself, I guess. It's the copper worm.
All right. Thanks. Going in that direction.
All right. So you start heading towards the copper worm. Rolling back, Ketrin, you're still kind of vibing, or do you? When they say they found the black market, do you go with them to check it out, or no?
Yeah, I would. I'm largely just following for now.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Stack. Do you tag along with Bella when Bella says that she's found it, or?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's not too much to it other than it being like access to buying and selling goods. But if you were looking for a place to kind of unload stuff, you can do the classic like sell, for half, sell treasure for full. These guys will pretty much buy anything.
You have a lot of treasure that I've been holding on to. Assorted gem. Yeah. There we go. This stuff.
Yeah, so I trust you guys to zero out your treasure, give yourself money for it, like that sort of thing. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna get over all my treasure then.
I'll be honest, I don't even know what I would buy for myself. I wish I was as smart as my character, who presumably would know all of these things.
Bro,
you
I feel it all the time.
You said an uncommon is 10 or less, or 10 or greater, and a uncommon and a rare is 15.
Mhm.
Do we just roll one check for both of them or independently?
At each item that you're interested in that is not common, you would need to check if they have it.
All right, I would like to check for a ring of wizardry. It's
All right.
uncommon, so.
All right, they have it.
All right. Neat. I'll buy that. I need more spell slots.
Okay. Let's see. Zenny, same question. You just kind of checking things out, hanging out with the group, or do you have something else in mind?
Yeah, for now, I think I'm just following the group.
Okay.
Backing in funds to get anything interesting, I feel. But, just for now, let's see what the group is cooking.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
I should use my rare check on that one.
All right, so you head over to the Copper Worm. It's tucked away in a dark alley by the docks of Martel. It's a dingy, low-ceiling dive bar. And it does have a reputation as a haven for smugglers, pirates, and dockside scoundrels. The bar is named for a massive copper coil that snakes around the building, serving as a makeshift ventilation system for the smoky, dimly lit space. Years of grime have turned the copper green in patches, giving it an eerie, corroded look that matches some of the clientele, who are dirty in a pig pen kind of way, where you can just never get clean. The air inside is thick with the smell of damp, sweat, and smoke from questionable herbs and tobacco that the patrons are smoking in abundance. So if you haven't been to a bar like this, the haze is so heavy that unless you're like a short person, you are sort of inhaling it and sort of batting it away as you walk because it is so thick. The wood floors creak, and you can even hear, in some places, the sound of water beneath the floorboards, sort of trickling by. Behind the bar is a burly, beefy woman. She has a hook hand, but it doesn't seem to be slowing down her ability to mix, pour, and distribute drinks and take orders. You realize that is because the hook is sort of like a mechanical tentacle. It does have a sharp barbed tip, but it is sinuous and wraps around things and grapples things and grips things with surprising skill. I think that you and Sydney have probably been here before, and so you would know that this woman is Styla Dorn, but she goes by the name Hook. And it's said that she is a retired river pirate. Anyways, you look around and you don't right away see who you're after. You could give me a perception check, though.
Public or blind?
Public's fine. It'll just be like you just can't see shit kind of thing.
Oh.
All right, yeah, with this smoky haze and everyone not wanting to be seen or found unless they, because they're just here to drink and relax, you don't see her on your own, so you would have to ask around for her.
All right. You'll walk over to the bar and go to Hook. Evening, Hook.
Okay. She looks up at you. You're new around here. I'd recognize your face if I'd seen it.
Last time we were here, I did look a little bit different. Bird-beaked goggles, mechanical.
Oh, her eyes narrow, and she says, you have a lot of trust in old Hook. You're worth quite a bit of coin. but not enough to ruin my reputation over her.
Exactly.
I'll keep the secret, but you should keep your mouth shut.
That's why I came to you. I'm looking for Miss Gale. She here?
Oh, be here, all right. She points towards like the back corner, where you see as the people and smoke clear, the captain, Celine Gale. She has one of them corner booths, and it is stuffed with cuddly people, and she is in the center, non-sexually being cuddled by a lot of people, because as she likes to say, she's a smuggler and a snuggler.
What's she drinking?
Okay. It's a hook. She says, her favorite. Spiced chocolate milk.
How much is it for a round for the table?
For the whole table. Oh, well, you know, Grace has been, high on her luck lately and only drinks the finest. This here vintage is hippopotamus milk, straight from the Mwangi Expanse. 1 glass will set you back 5 silver.
How many people are at the table?
Looks like 10.
So that's what, 5.
50 silver, yeah, it would be 5 gold.
All right. Yeah, you'll order a round for the table.
Oh, okay. She says, you want to bring it over yourself? Or you want I should have you pointed out?
I'll bring it over myself.
Okay. Fair enough. She gives you a tray, laden with 10 very small glasses of chocolate milk. It does look like there's some sparkly stuff sort of sprinkled on top of it. That must be the spice.
Spice in quotation marks?
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
drugs. It's drugs. Yeah. Not a lot of drugs for 5 silver.
Yeah.
But...
I guess as he's
Alright.
walking over there, he'll just look at Sis. Like, you always wanted a party here. I never could because of, the whole robot thing, but I guess this is a start.
She smiles and says, well, why didn't she get 12 chocolate milks then?
Did you want to drink chocolate milk or something else?
She stops making eye contact with you and says, it doesn't matter. And Vulture, welcome to the world of dating and being a living being.
Yeah.
All right. So as you
Motive.
reach,
Heel toe back
No.
and order 2 more.
all right. Hook already has 2 ready for you because she do this professionally. She gives you a wink, takes the gold coin, and sends you on your way. This is the Alkenstar Duchy, so even though all places in Galeria do not use tipping, they do tipping here, as part of a means of disrupting unions. That's the main reason that they have tipping. So she here in her establishment, because it's a big fuck the establishment, you only tip if you are bribing. Just so you know.
Or the people
All right,
friendly
you head
and
back-
not expose secrets of yourself. So yeah, he'll add another gold
Well-
on top of that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, so you head over to the table. The captain, drunk on cuddling, looks up and sees your approach and says, I was just about to order some more. Come on, set them down. How much do I owe you?
Mm.
Or are you just putting it on my tab?
No, this is on me, Miss Gale.
Oh. Well, you have the fortune of knowing me and leave me with the misfortune of not knowing you. But looking at you, you don't look like a snuggler.
There's a lot of things you didn't exactly know about me.
Alright, she's gonna roll up her stats real quick. Let's see. There it is. It has to live in a separate place. It's the rules. Okay, yeah, she seems completely lost in the sauce, as it were, of snuggling and indulgence, and she does not recognize you or Sid in any way. She doesn't see through your disguises. And she says, well, just, well, what do you want? You sought us out, sought me out. And she starts passing the drinks out to everyone at the table. They all thank you. They all seem to be deep in the party vibes.
Mainly just to join y'all because it seems like you're having a good time over here.
Oh, well, you'll have to squeeze in. And you realize you will have to snuggle to sit at this booth.
That's fair.
All right. It's okay. All right, so you sit down. We'll cut to everybody else then. What's everybody else up to? If you got something, shout it out.
I don't know. That chalky milk looks real good.
All right, do you serendipitously go to the exact same dive bar after you're done at the black market? Like, you ask around, you're like, what's the best drink in town? And they're like, oh, they're serving spiced hippopotamus milk chocolate over at the Copper Worm. If you haven't had it, it's gonna change your life. And then, ta-da! You walk in the front door.
That'd be really convenient.
I'm down.
Almost-
That's fine with me. I don't give a shit.
Did anyone else buy anything, or?
I just refilled on my normal stuff, like blast boots. I only have like 100 gold. It buys you nothing in this game.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I mean, it buys you a lot of junk. It's
Yeah.
it's like having money at a school book fair.
That's actually accurate. Yeah.
So accurate.
Yeah, your friend whips out a $50 bill or a $100 bill, but it's whatever the fuck they want. You've got your $3, and you're like, guess I'm buying 10 erasers. You know what I mean? Like that's Pathfinder shopping. Yeah.
So the only thing that really comes up to me is wondering if we could gather information on if the necromancer has passed through this area.
Okay. That would
Yeah,
be
I
a
was-
2-hour exploration activity, or 1 hour if you have the feat.
I was gonna kind of do that. Talk to the the homeless people. Hand out some rations.
Love that. All right. Since you are doing that, and in my heart of hearts, I wish all heroes were heroes. It's a weakness of mine. I will allow you to substitute a medicine roll for your gather information check, because you are going around and administering to these people and doing them a kindness in a place where kindness ain't illegal, but it's certainly looked down upon. And so they would definitely want to repay you, because this is the kind of place where you don't want to have debt. And if that meant giving you information, then they would gladly trade that for medicine. It would still be a 2-hour activity, though. So
you want a public or a private?
It would be a private in case you get misinformation.
Okay.
I'm willing to use a hero point on it.
Okay. Then you can
I'm just
roll
gonna roll-
twice. Yeah.
Wait, or it's blind, right?
It is
Not
blind.
private.
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, right. Yeah, blind. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Each of you may ask me one question.
Did the necromancer come through here?
Specifically, a necromancer with tight leather pants and a weird gas mask and a goth Victorian industrial vibe.
This lady's brother. Not actually saying that, but
Okay.
that one.
No one matching that description has been in town that they know of. Okay.
I have an
I'm
approach.
gonna ask if there have been like people going missing or like undead popping up anywhere where they're not supposed to, or like higher concentrations of undead, necromancer
Undead.
activities.
Undead Clockwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do inform you that there is an undead district where refugee undead who have escaped from Geb kind of come up here and try to make a life for themselves. They try Martel instead of Alkenstar because they are hoping to get jobs either working on the river or at the docks, or they have a background of finances and numbers, and they're hoping to get hired for like a clerical position and stuff like that. Very, very rarely does it work out for them. The same level of immigration hate that is being stirred up in Alkenstar proper is not present here, but it's just very difficult to get a decent job in this city. It's very like nepotism, like hiring people you know because you can't trust anyone else. Filling your service personnel with clockworks instead of people because you could trust them. That worked out great in the Star Wars universe when they trusted the droids to do everything. And so yeah, like that's the situation here. As far as people going missing, unfortunately people go missing. Yeah, unfortunately people go missing all the time. When you have this many people who are poor and forgotten by society, it's very easy for people to go missing for a number of reasons. River monsters are a common reason that people go missing, because the city guards and the shield marshals really don't do a lot of patrols at night down by the river and the docks. And so it is kind of the hotbed of Thieves Guild activity, but also it is a great time for river monsters to come out and snatch homeless people or drunk and gobble them up. The river is apparently teeming with mutated monstrosities. All right, Zenny, you may ask two questions.
So I have a prop for this, which is Lucifer, the horse.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a very unique horse. Well, it's not technically unique though, which is my angle. So I would like go around trying to like go to like the mechanics and stuff like that. Like, can you add this special horse, but she needs maintenance? But it's like, I mean, this is a fiendish. This is like a hell horse, right? It's hell and mechanical.
So you're trying to sell. You're gonna sell your horse?
No.
Okay.
I need to know. I need to know where I can find an expert on this. Have they seen any other horses like this, and where are they going to or coming from?
Ah, okay. I got you. I got your angle here. They tell you like straight up that they ain't never seen a horse like that before. That is the answer you get as you go place to place, kind of asking around.
Well, maybe you are unique, Lucifer.
So you get to ask another question.
Do they know of any place where they might do research on infusing mechanical with fiend?
With
fiend with mechanical? Oh, this is
fiend specifically. Ooh, okay. Yeah. So they say that they don't know 100% about fiends and clockwork per se, but it has been an idea that has been floated around. Now they have secret projects at the Gunworks involving the fusion of magic and clockwork and technology and stuff like that. But fiends, no way. Alkenstar is a good place full of good people, so they would never do something like that. So that's sort of like when you suggest that's like, that's ridiculous kind of thing. They say even the Gebites don't mess around with demons. Maybe the Nexians, but the Nexians are too afraid to come around these parts. They say, as you see a Nexian like fly by on their fucking carpet with like like to go to a higher level of the city. So yeah, both questions kind of result in dead ends. Like they're just like, no, like that doesn't go on here. Now they will tell you that there are worshippers of unsavory deities who live in the city, but nothing like, again, nothing they know about that involves even the summoning of fiends within the city, because magic, you know what I mean?
All right.
All right. So, let's see. That's 3 investigations. Stack, what are you getting up to? While Walter is trying to get information from this riverboat captain.
I think Stack would like prowl like the alleyways where I guess I was thinking that like, there may be people doing like shit like the Greek hard Monty in the alleys and whatnot, but I don't know, this place seems too fancy for that.
Especially looking for like a
don't know.
gambling hall.
Maybe a gambling hall. Yeah, maybe there's a fancier gambling hall where rich people with too much money and too much time go.
Oh, and sorry, I didn't have the names off the top of my head, Zenny, but when you're asking about fiends and magic, you do find out that a decent amount of people in the city pay homage or tribute to Norgorber, my favorite god name of all time, the god of thievery, murder, and secrets, who has ties to greed, particularly through his aspect focused on theft and acquisition, and Ereshkigal, the faceless sphinx, a demon lord with domains tied to greed, portals, and riddles. She is worshipped by those who seek wealth and secrets, embodying the darker aspects of desire and hoarding. All right, so Stack, you're doing investigation then as well?
Yeah,
Is it-
yeah.
all right.
I'll see if there's like a gambling area, but yeah.
Okay, do you just want to gamble, or do you
No,
actually
like-
want... Oh, you're
he's
investigating.
he's investigating.
Okay. Well, let's see. All right, so gather information. All right. So normally for gather information, you would roll diplomacy. Since you want to do it through gambling, if you want to use gambling lore instead, you can. But I think your diplomacy might be better than your gaming at this point.
It is.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a hidden, not private, a hidden diplomacy to see if you get false information or not.
Oh, wait, that wasn't hidden. I saw that.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
see. Blind. Okay.
Thanks. Okay. You may ask one question.
Yeah, I guess if any of these people have seen the guy we're describing, as far as undead in tight pants, but I guess that we've learned earlier no one's seen him, so I'm actually not sure what to ask.
I mean, if you want to ask to double check if somebody else got like a false positive kind of thing, you could. It would make sense to roleplay if you guys split up to ask the same question, but I don't mind metagaming on stuff like this where, you only get to ask a few questions. So if you want to work together as a group and be like, well, I already asked this, that's totally okay too.
Okay. Does anyone have any ideas or?
One I thought of is has there been any areas where there's more wild searches than usual? Because necromancy and magic, you know what I mean?
Ooh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, let's with that one. Yeah.
All right.
Then
Magic is more unstable near the river. Is what you find out. So unlike Alkenstar, where they had like a sky side and a smoke side, and that's kind of the difference in wild magic intensity, here it's when you are next to or on the river, it is considered to be a higher chance, and then within the towers, they actually have a lower chance of wild magic. But as far as recent upticks in wild magic surges, they say all the people you talk to are just like, no, thank goodness. And then somebody says, yeah, what do you think? We got the wild cards running around? Yeah, that's an Alkenstar problem right there. Man, have you heard some of the things those folks get up to? Oh my goodness.
oh, do tell, dude.
Then they go to tell you the incredible story of the underground fighting arena where they had over 30 wild surges in a single battle, and it was the greatest spectacle that anyone's ever seen. And they've heard about it from people passing through the town on the river, and even just over the grapevine, like by telegram, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Are they like good vibes, or are they like, oh, that guy's
They
crazy?
well, it's like glad it didn't happen here. Hope that never happens. That would be terrible. But also, must have been quite a spectacle. There are some people that are either drunk, high, or just naturally adventurous and or stupid that swear they would have given anything to be in that audience to see it up close and personal. But most people are like, no thanks. And then they start to share stories of the horrible things that have happened to people that they care about during their lives, and what wild magic has taken from them, and it takes on kind of a somber tale. Someone tries to cheer it up by bringing up the time that he would only shit live ducks for like 3 whole days
Jesus.
because of wild magic, and that kind of cheers people up a little bit. They wanted to know what he did with the ducks, and he says he still has one. He ate one and he sold one. And then they said, boy, you only take 3 shits in 3 days. And he said, it ain't easy to pass a duck.
Hmm.
There's an episode title.
Shitty ducks.
Oh, it ain't easy to pass a duck.
Oh, I thought it was going to be duck, duck, poop. But, that's fine.
We can just keep going, I guess.
All right, the camera cuts back to the snuggle pile. Walter, how you feeling about snuggling? And since you did remember to get a drink for Sydney, the dating simulator has placed her next to you. So she's on the end, snuggling you against a random snuggly person. It is apparently one of them short rhino people. And she is extra snuggly.
Well,
If you guys are not familiar, if you guys are not familiar with the adorable short rhino people of the Magambia, no, the Mwangi Expanse, I think that's generally where they're from. Yeah, this is something straight out of Starfinder, but yeah, they're like the size of dwarves, I believe, like a little bit shorter than dwarves, with the same kind of build. It would be like a WoW alliance race, like they just sort of took the dwarf skeleton, put like a rhino person on it.
So, Lex, can I-
that frame.
But
Change the model.
Lex, can I ask, as a person who came from being a robot, how is he about oxytocin, response at this point? Is he starved for it, or is he uncomfortable with it?
Yeah, this is a good character building opportunity. How do you feel about snuggling?
I think with the return of his human body after such a very, very long time, I think he deep down is craving for that, human touch again. I mean, also since he's had his human body and he's been with Sydney, there's been other stuff going on that won't be discussed.
Okay.
But I think just in general, just having that actual touch feel again is good for him.
Interesting. All right. I've heard that like snipers and stuff like that, they get a little panicky when they get too crowded. So that's interesting.
It's definitely something that he's had to overcome over the past couple of weeks. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So where are you trying to steer this encounter / conversation?
Well, I guess he's stuck between Sid and this rhino lady. But he'll occasionally, or I guess if things are kind of being asked, he'll talk about like how the two of them have done some work in Alkenstar as well as the gunworks and whatnot. This is a little bit more closer to the truth than any type of lie or anything like that, but like yeah, they've occasionally gone onto the river. It's been an adventure and whatnot, trying to see if they can.
Now when you say they, you're talking about just Walter and Sydney, or are you telling her that she has worked with you and possibly blowing your cover?
This would be Walter and Sydney. just essentially just to kind of be like,
Yeah, okay.
we've
You
done
guys
some
are like,
stuff, hyping ourselves up a little
okay,
bit
okay.
to get her
Oh,
interested.
okay. Fair.
And then when she's
Okay.
off the spice, maybe getting her to actually talk about business.
Got you. All right.
And
Let's
jogging her
see. You could. I'm gonna ask for either a diplomacy check, or you could go off of your firearms lore, to see if you can kind of get her interested in what you're talking about, and maybe share some of what she's about outside of snuggling.
Okay. I'll spend a. This would be blind or open.
This would be blind.
Then I'll spend a inspiration point to do this at advantage.
All right.
And this is going to be firearm. Oh shit! Ignore.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I did not click the blind button.
I miss having the little ninja that you could just click on at the top. You know what I'm saying? I miss the little
prefer
ninja.
this.
You don't like the little ninja? Okay. Yeah. She says, hold on. She says, well, I don't, I feel like I would remember working with you in the past, or at least hearing about you. You sound very capable, very knowledgeable, very proficient. Well, I don't want to pry, but where are you heading now? Where are you heading next? A river only runs two ways. Somebody says, technically the river only flows one way. And everyone looks at them and just shakes their head.
Dennis just shakes our head. We were heading over to the gunworks. Had a little bit of business to do over there. Was one that traveled by.
I just got done with a run to the gunworks. Dropping some stuff off. Top secret.
Would you be willing to make another trip out there?
Oof. I mean, money's money. I don't need to know what you're transporting, but I do have some rules. I don't work with slavers, so
That's fair. We don't like slavers.
All right, and what if it's magic? It better not be activating.
There's a slight pause when he thinks about stack.
Like we've transported magical goods plenty of times, even illegal magical goods, but with the right precautions. Why, one time we were transporting a whole shipment of live animals, only to find out they were dwemer cats. You know how we found out? One of my men shot out a live duck, and that was the beginning of things completely falling apart. It was insanity. Maybe the craziest 2 or 3 days of my life.
I think he kind of chokes on some chocolate milk for a second. Then we thinks about the Dwemer cat that's with Stack.
Now that being said, I mean, if you're transporting something like, I don't know, ton of gremlins or something, as long as you've got them in a cold iron enclosure to shut down their fey magics, we could handle that.
It's less about transport, more of just transport. Just need some transport.
You just need a ride? I'm a bit expensive for that. You thought about just chartering a regular boat?
Thought about it.
I mean, I don't know what kind of hurry you're in, or how much money you have, but I do know of 2 other vessels that are chartered to head out in the morning. Let me see.
Yeah, if you got
You can see her trying to force herself to sober up a little bit, and she says, yeah. The rusted barge that's heading over to the gunworks to try to sell collected scrap. You know the rusted barge. It is a large, slow-moving barge operated by a crew of eccentric but friendly scrap merchants known as the Rust Hands. The rusted barge is a floating junkyard piled high with scavenged metal and mechanical parts, and it chugs along the river powered by an ancient, sputtering steam engine that some rumor is alive. And then she says, or, I mean, if you've got the money and they've got room on board, there's the Gear Smoke luxury casino cruise liner that's it's getting ready to head out in the morning.
casino.
You just have to make it to Alkenstar North, or sorry, Martel North, and I don't know. I don't know if you could get passage this late at night, though.
Maybe it's something we have to work on.
You don't know a lot about the Gear Smoke. You pretty sure you heard about the Gear Smoke Casino in earlier chapters of the adventure, though.
Yeah.
About how it was disrupting the casinos and clubs in Alkenstar, because since it's on the river, they can avoid paying the normal casino taxes. And so a lot of the casinos are worried that all of the casinos are going to start moving to a riverboat venue, and people are going to kind of go for that because, if they're not paying taxes, then they can provide more free accommodations and, like, et cetera, et cetera. It's a whole thing.
Yeah, I think we did hear about that. Actually, as recently, I think, as this chapter. I think it was back at the art gallery that there was mention of it.
Yeah. She says, though, honestly, at 30 gold a person for a 2-day cruise, not even counting stabling your mounts if you have any, just the 2 of you would be what, 60 plus? I don't think I would make a trip to the gunworks for just 60 gold to ferry some passengers. I guess if you had more people, though, I would do it.
Oh, we have some more people. I'll have to go talk with them.
If you had at least, you know what? Well, you all right? You seem like a friendly duo. Nah, you're in the profession. Tell you what, for 300 gold, I'll take you and up to a dozen of your business partners on a fast, swift, and safe trip up the river. My ship flies a flag that carries a reputation. Even the beasts of the river know to leave my ship alone.
I mean, that sounds good to me. I'll have to go talk with some of my business partners.
Well, I'll be here until about midnight. Then I'll be heading back to the Swiftwater Skiff. Or I might take a detour. She smiles, and the snuggling intensifies. And then she shouts, I need another round of milk! And then I guess the scene would cut out. Did you guys, of course you guys had a prearranged meeting spot at a prearranged time. Is that correct?
Well, I was going to say, did some people walk into the same establishment and would I have seen them?
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh, okay.
Bella wanders in dragging Vashon like, Vashon, I want chalky milk.
Okay. He says, yeah, it's fine. I'm trying to remember, what is a hippopotamus again? I don't got no training in nature. Well, that's a lie. Hold on. Get a roll. Oh, he says, never mind. I don't remember what a hippopotamus is. It's a land whale.
Do I know what a hippopotamus is?
Let me check with your check. Hold on. I know he did it because he rolled pretty high. Let's see. Hippocampi, hippogriff.
I feel like I have a circumstance bonus because of something that happened in the Red Hand of Doom.
You learn stories about Bert from your father.
All right. So apparently in Pathfinder, hippopotamus only comes in Extreme Edition.
Naturally.
So with your check, actually, you and Vashon are not 100% on what a hippopotamus is. He says it's a land whale and a very deadly creature to encounter.
Dado is just said to be afraid of them.
Yeah. To give you guys a sense of what they're dealing with over in the Mugambi expanse or whatever, or Mwangi expanse, that is the hippopotamuses that
Oh,
they're
Jesus. That ain't watermelon juice running down its mouth.
It makes you wonder if it's really hippopotamus milk you're drinking. Because who's gonna milk that thing?
I think it's gonna be sedated as hell.
It's probably not ethically sourced if it is in fact hippopotamus milk. All right, so Vulture, with your perception, you immediately hear Bella and Vashon enter the building right as you're getting ready to I think, get up and head out. Yeah, to find your companions, because they were off doing an investigation and black market stuff for the last couple hours.
Yeah. He notices them coming into the establishment. He'll just kind of give a nod to Celine and will walk over to Bella and Vashon.
Vashon says, I'll go get the milks. You wait here. And don't worry, I'm paying. And he heads off. And you're like, dang, he really did find Robo Jesus out in the desert. He's just really trying to be a better man here.
I am surprised he has been changed that much. Hey, Bella.
Vashon? Paying for something?
It's baby steps. Baby steps.
Gotta start somewhere.
But yeah, then Bella would kind of like fill Vulture in on what they found out throughout the day and kind of like, you know, tell them where we can all meet up, I guess.
And
Okay.
Vulture will pass along his information.
Yeah.
I guess we got some passage if we want to scrap together 300 gold.
But you're telling me there is a casino.
There is a casino.
And you think Stack the Deck isn't going to want to go to the floating casino?
I mean, only if we tell them there's a casino.
Nobody wants to ride on the nobody wants to ride on the garbage barge? Is that not like okay, all right.
Living garbage pile?
You imagine Stack is like for like stand on end, like in the distance, like he feels there's a disturbance in the
casino. What?
Oh, it's pretty. Here's the disturbance. As you're gambling, everyone keeps talking about it. They're like, I'd like to get some real gambling done. I'm talking highest stakes on that there Gear Smoke Riverboat Casino. # not sponsored. Yeah, it's currently docked over on North Docks, and boy, it is something spectacular to behold. It is the epitome of opulence and entertainment on the waters of Alkenstar. Once a humble cargo ship, it was transformed into a floating palace by a group of Nexian. Now, I know, Nexian financiers. Anyways, some fellow named Ebrium is behind that investment group. I don't mind Nexian money, but I could do without the Nexians. Everyone chuckles. Ha ha, good one. He says, the ship now caters to the elite of the duchy, a place to escape the grit of the city and indulge in the highest stakes gambling, fine dining, and nightly entertainment. I'm talking about lavish accommodations, grand casino, ballroom, and maybe some hidden mysteries to discover. Alas, hard to get a ticket for that thing. I do believe it's set to leave for the gunworks first thing in the morning. And then someone at the table says, yeah, and I'm going to be on it after I clean house here. And you see tucked into his shirt pocket gleaming tickets. And he says, everything's going to go my way. There's no way that I'll be played under the table and bet these tickets.
Oh, you wouldn't?
This is a
What are those
little
tickets
bit.
worth?
100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. These tickets? Oh,
Mhm.
I mean, this is the all-inclusive pack. This is this cost me and my lady friend coming all the way from Alkenstar. It was a solid 100 gold apiece. We got our own room, and let me tell you, we're using it.
Would you bet
Not as much as I'd like to. She really wants to go to a lot of shows and stuff.
I'll bet you 200 gold for those tickets.
What? No. She'd kill me if I lost these tickets. I don't even know why I'm wearing them in my vest pocket where everyone can see. He takes them out and he puts them in his wallet. He puts the wallet in his back pocket. He sits on it.
Well, okay. Well, time for my plus 17 thievery.
All right.
Yeah, no, yeah. So Stack seems like he sees it, put it away, and he gets up to go. Yeah, he like goes to like shake his hand. Like,
all right.
it's been some good games, and I'll hero point this.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. So not only do you take the wallet, do you just take the tickets, or do you want to try?
Oh no, I
take
think his
wallet?
whole. I think his whole.
Okay.
Wallet.
You take his whole wallet, okay, and then you replace it with a deck of cards, like fucking
With my
Indiana
fa-
Jones
Yeah,
swapping
with my
stuff
face
out.
on him.
Yeah, but oh my god. All right, yeah. So you now have a pair of tickets and associated boarding passes that have already been stamped for the Gear Smoke, but it's only 2 tickets.
We have to get 2 more tickets. Yeah, I mean 3 more.
Is Gideon Sharp in town? Because he would be, right? I have his contact information. That like he was going on this cruise.
He was. Yeah, I mean, you could definitely ask around. Do you want to do another investigation?
Would the contact information that he gave me include how to find him, though?
Within
to ask around?
within the city of Alkenstar, yes, but probably not
Alright.
within Martel. Yeah.
Sure, and I'll ask around then.
Okay. All right. So it's 7 o'clock right now, which is not even that late. Maybe 8. So go ahead and give me the diplomacy.
If it's not great, I'd be happy to hear it.
Oh yeah. So go ahead and hero points so you can roll twice.
I don't see it, so I assume it worked. Oh, it's doing something.
Okay. All right. Let's see. You don't know specifically where he is, but you know that they are having a port, whenever it is when the ship stops at a port for a little while, so people can enjoy the port. But they are, most of the people from that ship would be in North Martel, so you would have to cross the river. But generally they would be kind of mid-tier in the tower, enjoying like the shops and the nightlife and the sights and stuff like that. So you'd have a better chance of finding him if you went to the north side of the city, but your check was not high enough to actually specifically find where he is. Like, you could head over there and serendipitously try to run into him, or do another investigation to ask around about him, see if you could find him there.
I'd have to go over there then.
All right, so you're gonna head across across town. Oh man, big separated. Okay. Do you try to find any of your allies to take with you, or?
I would say where I'm going.
Okay.
If they want to come along, they can.
All right. Ketrin, do you want to join them? Otherwise, I think Bella, Vashon, Sid, and Walter went off on their own.
I actually think I was gonna head to that undead quarter I learned about, see if they have any
okay.
special information.
All right, fair enough. All right, so you are on your own, Zenny. The party is 4-way split.
The worst that could happen.
All right, so you head over to the north side of the river. Stack, you are checking through and seeing who this guy is that you just robbed, and who his lady friend is, and kind of trying to get some information together there. In his wallet, as it were, he doesn't have any money so much as he has what looks like writs of credit. So essentially, these could be taken to the bank to get money, or they're essentially a checkbook. He can issue them to people, and then they can take them to the bank and be compensated, essentially. So this guy was definitely, I think, slumming it a little bit. Maybe that's like adds some excitement to his life. Yeah.
Can I
let's see.
write cash advances to myself with this?
If you wanted to, it's as a criminal, Stack the Deck's accounts and holdings have all been seized by the authorities, though.
So you have to probably have another.
No. I have this guy's checkbook. I walk into a bank, like a check-in from myself, not from Stack, from the guy.
Oh yeah. Could he cash out some money? Sure, yeah, you could try to cash out. Yeah, you'd have to be disguised as that guy.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, all right. I guess there's no ATMs around, and they haven't been invented yet. I can't do check fraud. I can't do check fraud.
Also, this late at night, it's unlikely that any of the banks would still be open, per se. You know what I mean? Like they kind of have like a reverence here for money, so they would sort of keep those traditional bank hours.
Okay.
The legal banks probably closed, but underground brokers, loan sharks, they're 24/7, baby.
No, I was wondering what I could do with a rich guy's checkbook, but
Let's see. You see that his lady friend is Lady Evelyn Solari, which you can give me a recall knowledge.
okay. Recall knowledge. I got it.
You don't know who that is, but looking at it, she seems to be a sort of brown-haired, beauty. Actually, yeah, because he's got a little photograph because they have cameras in Alkenstar. They got a little photograph of the two of them, kind of posing in it. They don't do like cool selfies yet. They haven't invented those because they only just got cameras. So these are like the old timey, like stare at the camera, hope it doesn't steal your soul, kind of pictures. The man is Lord Quentin Palace. You may roll another recall knowledge check. All right, you're not 100% sure who Lord Quentin Palace is either. All right. But yeah, you have that information. I guess the question here, Stack, is: are you going to go head to try to find the rest of the party now, or are you going to head to the north side and try to figure out how to get onto this boat with your stolen boarding pass, or are you going to try to think up things to do with this guy's checkbook?
I think I need to should go shore up with the party first and see hey, if we can find more tickets, then we can get on this gambling boat.
All right, so before you guys split up, I do have to ask, did you say okay, everybody, at midnight, we're all going to meet here? Because you don't have telepathic bond or spending or cell phones, so you need to have some kind of prearranged meetup spot.
I mean, we probably had to checking our mounts, right? Somewhere.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are all going to meet at this outside the stables, then?
Yeah. And then
okay.
Figure out what we do for the actual evening.
At what time? Because the guy at the stables tells you that they're not going to open again until 5 a.m.
And when would they close?
Oh, they close in the evening hours, a little bit after something, 7 p.m.
I mean, we could still meet out. Yeah,
exactly. You just meet out front.
Okay, so probably, I don't know, 10 o'clock, midnight.
I guess the exception is Lucifer, who Zenny is just riding this fiendish fucking heavy metal horse around town. I don't think that the stables would have taken them. Yeah, so. All right. So what time did you say? 10 o'clock. You wanted to
10
meet up?
o'clock to midnight. Meet up.
All right. So between 10 and midnight, you guys are gonna meet up there. All right. So Stack, I guess you would kind of head over there and wait for
Mhm.
the party to meet up. All right, Zenny, you head to the north side and start asking around again. So you're gonna do another gather information. Okay.
So did I have to take like a boat over here then? Or was there,
You
like,
could
bridges?
take a boat, or there's bridges that go all the way across.
Okay, well I'll just mad over the bridges then.
Alright.
And then I'll. And then yeah, I'll ask around here.
All right, who are you asking around again? What's his?
Oh, for
was his
Sir Gideon Sharp.
Oh yeah, the post-it note guy. All right.
Yeah, he's a paper magnate.
Yeah. All right. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me that fresh. Blind. Diplomacy.
And I'll just spend the other hero point on this in advance, and I'll just have to keep higher.
Okay. It is good that you did. All right. Yes, you ask around about him. He is currently dining at a mid-level restaurant that famous for its outdoor balconies. Do you want to crash his dinner, or do you want to wait for him to get? Oh shit! Okay,
Yeah, I think
what
that's
are you
the
gonna
more
what are you
dramatic
gonna what are you gonna do with Lucifer, the fiendish horse that wants to bring pain and suffering to the world?
Now, does Lucifer like serve me now, as it were, or is he just a
Oh
horse
no,
that would just run off? and
Lucifer is definitely along for the ride, but has no loyalty to you at all.
Does it speak, not understand language, because it's a demon?
As a fiend, it does. Let's see. It speaks abyssal.
For God's sake.
That seems about right.
I don't speak abyssal. There's worshippers of a demon cult here.
Wait.
I don't have time to follow them. I know.
I think I speak abyssal. Did I?
Do.
I picked up one of those, I think.
Oh, sorry. I think in revised, it's all just Aklo now.
Oh, when I do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just Aklo. Aklo is like the language of evil. Okay.
Okay. Well, I would have, I guess, because we've spent some days together now. I would tell this creature of my future plans.
Oh,
which
okay.
haven't entirely formed yet, but that involving her family.
Would you say you have? Yeah, you have the concept of a
Returning
plan.
to Gab.
Got it. Yeah. All right.
Returning to Gab. A
Mm.
little bit of revenge, a little bit of power claiming,
It feels that Gab, and it just engages you in conversation, and it says, well, I feel that Gab is already suffering with their obsession over necromancy and the loss of soul, the oppression of the spirit. I just feel like it's a wasted effort to deliver suffering upon a people already so deeply suffered. It would be much better if we were to, I don't know, see those people over there. What if I crush their skulls with my hooves, one at a time, while the others watch helplessly, unable to stop, and then we let one of them live, so that they could live with the survivor's guilt of not protecting those they loved from a murderous fiend that killed them. And that could work.
Listen, Lucy, you can't spread pain and misery if you're dead, and if you do that, then people would just kill you. So let's not.
Untrue. I will just return to the hells upon death, and so as long as I make my mark on the world, I've done my part.
Right, but you didn't want to spread pain and misery and Gab because it's miserable there. What's the point of going back to hell?
All right, give me a diplomacy. Diplomacy. Okay.
28.
Okay. They're picking up what you're putting down. because they are at the end of the day still just a horse. They're like, okay. Well, I'll stick around, but I want you to perform in my presence one act of evil every day.
Every day is a lot.
No, it's not. No, that's the bare minimum. I'm only going to partner with someone who takes this sort of stuff seriously.
Okay.
In Martel, where there's a lot of shield marshal present.
So let me see. What's this? Let's go. I guess you're having this conversation crossing the bridge because their complaining has just finally gotten to the point where you have to address it. Like you could feel
Right.
you feel the mutiny building.
An act of evil. So what's on this bridge then? There's just people here.
Yeah, there's just people. There's a man and his kid, and they are standing dangerously close to the edge of the bridge, and he's holding his kid up so his kid can see over the railing, and the kid's like, Papa, is that a shooting star? And the dad's like, if it is, I hope you wish for a better life, son. I mean, I've literally set up the T-ball stand for you. I don't...
Right, that's awful.
Well, I guess this is a good litmus test of how evil is Zenny. All right. So then the horse says, all right, how about over there? And then you look over there, and you see a woman. She's looking around anxiously, as if she's waiting for someone to show up, but they haven't shown up yet. But it looks like her mental health and future are hinging on whether or not the person she's waiting for arrives. And the horse looks at you, raises an eyebrow. Its green eyelights glowing like,
Zenny will sigh. Get off the horse.
All right, as you're walking towards this lady, you do see.
No.
Oh.
I will perform an act of evil against the horse.
Against the horse?
Yeah.
What do you do to the horse? You push it off the bridge.
The horse. Yeah, I can't do. I wouldn't do anything. It's a demon, not a horse, you guys. No, horse.
It had it coming.
Can't just kill a horse. Horse, you gotta. Oh, that's much better.
This make it easier? Make it easier.
Where's cute anime eyes already?
Don't you see the bright green?
I don't know why it's so big. I'm trying to figure out why it's so big. That's a big ass horse. Hold on. There we go.
Okay, sorry, Lucy. It's not me. It's you.
Eh?
We're gonna have to part ways.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go push that little kid off the bridge.
Shoot it in the head.
Okay. As it's turning to do that, the gun goes off. The horse falls dead. It starts turning into green particles of light because it's a demon, so it's returning to the hells. People are screaming and running away on the bridge. Whistles are being blown. You can go ahead and give me a society or a stealth to escape into the crowd.
Oh.
Remember when I said there's a lot of shield marshal presence 5 minutes ago?
I couldn't let it just eat something.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, yeah. So you just dip into the crowd and leave because it's very crowded. Hence the reason people got upset that you murdered your horse in broad not broad daylight, but yeah, on this busy bridge. All right.
That's quite this
so
scene.
now
This person just gets off the
Yeah.
horse, turns around, talks with it, and then shoots it in the head.
Shoots in it. Very mice of men. Very mice of men.
was turning to kill someone.
You go.
so-
You go ahead and kill Kid's horse.
Yeah. Tell me one more time. Tell me about all the kids I'm gonna murder.
Oh man.
All right, so Zenny, now you could go to dinner.
Yeah.
All right, so the scene cuts back to Katrin. Katrin, you head to the undead quarter. When you're there, everyone is really nice to you. When you arrive, there is a zombie, not in good shape. This is definitely not a situation like Dash Darling. They're missing an arm, like half their face, and a rat lives in what's left of their brain. The rat says, "Oh, hey, you're new in town. Welcome.
Hey, yeah,
Hey, yeah.
I'm looking around for some information. I got, and I'm gonna say I got some skills as well, and I'll like walk up and like give a little medicinal scrub inside this guy's brain.
Oh.
Yeah, so
The-
the get rid of some of the rat droppings.
Yeah, the zombie's just like, "Urgh," and the rat's like, he really appreciates that. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so what can I do for you?
You know, I'm in a certain, well, line of work, I guess, and I've been hearing some things about Nex and Geb getting into trouble again, and I wanted to kind of share what I knew and see if any of y'all had any additional information. So I want to pool our resources because, you know, this is a safe place for us, and I want to keep it safe.
Okay. He says, well, the name's Grimtail, and while not undead myself, I feel a calling from Great Pharasma to care for all these undead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I know a lot about the undead. I'm not a spellcasting cleric, but I am, in my opinion, a very active clergyman in the faith of Pharasma. These poor souls were denied their trip down the river, and now they live in a literal cesspool of shame and loss next to a river. I mean, it's rather poetic. All right. Anyways, what can I help you with?
Oh, yeah, let's go walk around. There's a particular I forget where he's from, Nex or Gib, but there's a particular necromancer we're looking for in the city. I wanted to see if anybody had any insight and if anybody had any ideas as to what they're up to.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. We get a lot of necromancers here. There's a lot of money in necromancy. Geb is quite rich. There are a handful of necromancers operating out of Nex, but not at the level of the Gebites. I've petitioned hard to get a meeting with some of these foreign dignitaries to talk about the living conditions down here, and they refuse to see me. Now he is like he's piloting the zombie like Ratatouille style. Yeah. But he's keeping pace with you. He says, so I do try to keep tabs on all the necromancers that come and go in town, hoping against all hope that one of them will just take a moment, take a moment to think about the downtrodden.
I know.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm looking for a new one. He wouldn't have been here very long, only a couple of weeks maybe.
All right.
And I especially high in the instep. He's probably disguising himself as a bit less than what he is, but he's pretty high up, and you could probably tell by the way he acts.
Okay. Well, all right. Give me a description, a name, something to go off of.
I will share the information that my character knows that her player has forgotten.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
He goes by the name of Parsis. I think you guys know the name. You've heard it a couple times, right? Yeah. Okay. And you describe his general vibe of industrial Victorian goth. And he says, "Oh, that's a pretty common look. I don't believe an individual matching that description, to the best of my knowledge, has ever come here, but I do know that name. That name Parsis. Yeah, there's something about it that sounds very familiar to me. Hold on. Walk with me. Let me see. All right, and you can see that he's thinking real hard, because now that you said it, it's sort of like eating away at him a little bit. Who is this Parsis? What is he all about? And he has some information that eventually surfaces. Let me see. Almost there. Oh my gosh. This is a pretty long, Alright, continuing, blah, blah, blah. Parsis. Ah, God, it was all the way at the bottom. Ain't it always? Alright, he says, oh, yeah, I know. Wow, you don't want to mess with that guy. He's a member of the Fademore family.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's a big guy.
No, I mean, Drakkar Fademore is a bloodlord. You know,
Yeah.
the Bloodlords, one of the 60 undead leaders who oversee the Dread Empire's unholy administration. Like,
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I told you they're up to something, and it could get bad.
Well, one of the interesting things about the Fademore family, though, is that they don't like magic. As a whole, the family tries not to rely on magic. They use the mana waste as a living example of how reliance on anything besides natural strength and wit is a weakness. But this Parsis guy, he's always been fascinated by necromancy. It's kind of kept him pretty low ranking in the family's esteem. I've never even heard of the guy leaving Geb.
You think he might be pretty interested in some of these non-magical resources that Alkenstar has to offer? And I raise a significant eyebrow.
Oh, I mean, the guy, if he actually were trying to get back into the good graces of his family, maybe he would look for an alternate means of power, or a way to prove that his love of necromancy isn't a weakness. I guess. But again, I've never heard of him leaving. Now, some of the other Fademores, ooh, you gotta watch out for them.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, like,
we think he's in town. We think they're looking for some new weapons to take on next.
What?
Well,
You think there's a
Alkenstar might
war?
be in the way.
What? This is incredible news, and it's very upsetting.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. I want to make sure everybody's aware. I want to make sure we're taking precautions.
Oh, do you want me to help spread the word that a war is coming between Nex and Geb?
Well, don't scare people.
I'm scared right now.
We gotta be prepared. We're going to try and stop it, but we just gotta be prepared.
What will this mean for the impoverished immigrants of Geb?
Well, if we don't stop it, it'd probably be pretty bad. But we're going to try and stop it, and any information you have would be appreciated.
All right, so he pilots the zombie so that it puts a hand where your ghostly shoulder would be. And he says, I got to tell you something. I am just a rat. I'm not really sure what I can do to help you stop an entire war.
Well, for right now, we just got to find this guy. That's all.
All right. Well, you just going to hang out with me until we find him? Or do you want me to, like, hit my contacts up and then contact you if I do find him? Where would you be staying?
Don't
you have to go inside during the day so the sun doesn't destroy you?
No, I'm a different kind of ghost. I didn't come from Gabernecks. I have a little bit of divine blessing to keep my spirit going.
Wow.
We're gonna head to the gunworks. We think that might be where he's held up. But hit up your contacts, and if y'all think of anything or y'all find anything, you let me know.
How will I let you know? Should I just pray?
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. Why
Mhm.
don't is there a dwarven temple around here?
I mean, there's a shrine that the dwarves set up. There's a real nice one in the high up city, but I don't go there.
I'll just put a note under a rock there, and I'll make sure to check it.
All right. Well, since this is so important, I'm gonna go start right now.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right.
You're a good rat.
Okay. And so he pilots his zombie off to try and stop a war that will devastate the region from happening. And that's another adventure outside the scope of this adventure.
Future DLC. That's he rounds up the gang to
All
ride
right.
once more.
So back at the copper worm. Is anyone interested in rolling on the Pathfinder carousel table?
Sure, I'll try it once.
What? Are you serious? Okay, I have to read you the disclaimer before you do this.
Is this worse than what the shit I've gone into in Curse of Strahd?
I mean, it could be.
Okay. That's great. Let's do it.
All right, so real quick, anyone choosing to roll on this table understands that the implication is your character got so rowdy they blacked out and had a hangover-style mini-adventure, waking up to some serious consequences, implications, or boons. Do not roll on this table unless you're willing to release player agency to RN Jesus. Some of these results could kill your character or make them undesirable to play. Others might grant your character tremendous power or opportunity. Most will just be silly. So, having heard the player waiver, do you really want to roll on this table?
Yes.
So you wander away from the meeting spot because the power of carousal is too great? I mean, it's okay if you do.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'll do the meeting spot first, and then you gotta have a priority straight. You gotta...
Okay, all right. Well, I'm asking people before they go to the meeting spot. They wanted to carouse.
Damn.
Yeah. This is when you're thinking about going to the meeting spot, but then Vashon and Bella showed up, and Vashon's buying drinks for everybody, and it's getting real fun and rowdy in the Copper Worm.
Lex, let's go hand in hand. We can do this.
Dive into the
Oh my
dive
God.
into the abyss together. All right.
What do we roll?
All right, man. I mean, I was gonna roll. I was gonna roll.
it
We'll
is-
save to see if I wanted, if I was gonna have Walter do this.
Mhm.
But
But I mean, peer pressure,
yeah.
dare training.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did say that he hasn't partied when he was here last time.
That's true. Yeah. Here, I'll sweeten the deal or dissuade you by saying that Vashon and Sydney will join if you guys do it.
Almost scarier to
I know,
have them
that's-
in the table.
Adding them to it.
But you rolled a pretty high will save there, Bellinora, so it's up to you.
I think that the stress of the timetable might
Walter
be.
did not roll that great in comparison according to the scaling of Pathfinder.
Yeah, I guess it's time for bad decisions.
Oh, damn. Okay, so Bella, you know with your will save that this is an unnecessary risk on the eve of the possible destruction of the Alkenstar Duchy and maybe the world. There is a lot of pressure, though. It do look like everybody's having a good time.
What do we roll?
I need each of you to roll a D223 stack. It is apparent after an hour that no one is showing up at the meetup spot yet. Do you wait the other hour to see, or?
Okay. Okay, they're having fun. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. He'll join in.
Is it
All right, go.
blind or public?
These are blind rolls.
Yeah,
Well,
so,
it doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's fine. But
what's the roll?
2, 3.
223. Yeah, 223.
All right.
All right. I guess I'll roll for your NPCs too.
That's not.
Oh.
Mm.
No, you.
Walter
Roll
wants the biggest number.
Is this a fortune effect?
This is definitely a fortune effect. All right. I guess I should ask, Ketrin, you're not gonna carouse, right? Like that's.
Ketrin doesn't
Yeah.
even know how to carouse.
All
If
right, I
she
was gonna
goes to
say.
the meeting spot and nobody shows up, she's going to assume they're carousing, and she's going to go post up outside the local jail, just
Oh.
watching for them to come in.
Okay.
You already know.
There's
Oh
definitely
man.
there's definitely a voice at the back of her head of her father saying, "Never carouse. Terrible things happen."
Oh my God. It's pretty rough already. We're pretty rough right out the gate. Okay.
Oh,
Walter, we'll have to deal with yours later.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
All right. Let's see if Sydney's in any way pairs up with yours. Oh, that's really not good. Okay. Again, these are incredibly disruptive to gameplay. As per the thing.
Said most of them are silly.
I mean, they're silly, but I mean, you could be silly and also take the adventure completely off track. All right, let's see. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Stack. All right.
Yeah, I guess in retrospect, having super high bounties on your head and doing carousing may be irresponsible.
Just
Oh
just
no.
A tad.
Oh no, Stack. This is horrible. Okay. All right, and then
We're all gonna be
finally Bella's. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. All right. So we're gonna be running a split party for a while, I guess. Okay. All right. Let's head back to the restaurant. All right, Zenny. Using the imperious birthright that you have, you make your way to the mid-level of North Tower to the famed balcony seating restaurant. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, you are at the entrance of Eclipse Terrace, and it's very hoity-toity. There is a skeleton working as the concierge, like at the front of the restaurant or whatever, and they're like, "Good evening, madam. At this late hour, I do ask, do you have a reservation?" Madam?
Surprising a friend.
Ah, surprising a friend. Are they already here then?
Yes.
Or are you... Oh, alright.
Sir Gideon Sharp.
He takes out his little notebook. He says, "Ah, yes, Sir Gideon, the post-it note king of Alkenstar. Yes, he's seated out on the balcony, but he is currently with a lady companion. I hope this is not, any drama." But you do see his eyelights twinkle, like he kind of hopes it is.
Seeing that twinkle. And if it is,
He says, "Well, Why don't I take you over to the table right now? All right, so he takes you over to the table. Let's see. As you arrive, you see Gideon is there, and he is dining with a lovely lady. Let's see. All right, and she's laughing at all his jokes, and he is pretty much saying all the same jokes that he said to you when he was flirting to you at the art gala. Like he's just using the same material, same playbook. All right, his attention is so caught up in his beautiful companion and the cityscape that he doesn't see you approach the table. The woman does, and she says, "Ah, are you bringing out the dessert menu? What happened to our other waiter?"
I'll sit down, or say the
Oh!
dessert menu won't be needed since you're just
Oh.
leaving.
So Gideon Sharp says, "Now, were you disguised at the? You weren't disguised at the party,
I was
right?"
disguised at the party, so I'd have like
Oh.
a similar setup.
Oh, okay. So you ducked into like a like an alleyway, or just like like public restroom, because the upper floors of the tower have such nice things. Assuming you of course tipped the Clockwork attendant. But yeah. Okay, so you're wearing that same disguise from the party.
Yeah.
His eyes go wide and he says, "Oh, it's you." And he's trying to remember your name. And then the woman says, "Who is you? What is going on here? This is highly inappropriate. We're having a very intimate evening."
It is very inappropriate, isn't it, Gideon?
Gideon says, I don't know what you mean. It is nice to see you. You were at the gala, right?"
So do we have a nice room on the boat?
What? And she says, "Is this your wife?" And he says, No, this is not my wife." And she says, I knew it. It was too good to be true. You know what?" And she takes her glass of spiced cola, like the top shelf premium stuff, and she just splashes it all over his face. And she says, "I am disgusted, and none of your jokes were funny." And she storms off. You catch out of the corner of your eyes, Annie, the concierge steepling his bony fingers, his eyelights lit up with mischievous joy.
Excellent. And I'll let them bring the dessert menu now.
Sir Gideon watches her go and says, "Well, easy come, easy go in the world of business. All right, well, you found me, and I said we'd hang out again if you did, so let's get some coffee and dessert. What brings you to Martel? I didn't see you on the boat."
I took a different path.
He looks you up and down and he says, "Well, here you are, and here we are." And he motions to the beautiful, breathtaking view of the city at night and the river down below. You're high enough that you can't smell or see any of the poverty.
Yes, I'm afraid I had to put down my horse, so...
Oh, that's
have to take the
terrible.
boat.
He reaches to take your hand. Do you
I'll
allow it?
allow it, and yeah,
Okay.
the horse, it was...
He's reminded of your condition, and he says, "Oh, I forgot how pleasingly cold your flesh was."
Do I? Yeah, I'll share what Lucy was.
Okay.
Lucifer was. Why I had to put it down.
Oh man, he says, "That is an incredible tale. It is amazing that you were faced with the temptations of evil, and you found in your heart you could not do it." He squeezes your hand and says, "A vampire with a soul."
I suppose. I did just scare off your bait, though. I mean, maybe that would have been an act of evil.
A mere distraction compared to you.
Well, I'll share that evening with him.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Are you trying to like bamboozle a spot on the?
oh yeah, this is my
uh,
ticket. This is my ticket of getting a ticket.
Okay. If there is in any way the promise of him maybe becoming a vampire, or at least you feeding on him in a consensual, sexy novel kind of way that doesn't involve you killing him, he'll make sure you get on that boat.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let the implication be there.
Okay, fair enough. Is the implication there? Otherwise, I might want a deception here.
Oh, right, we can't do deceptions ever. Nothing can ever be a lie, or I have to swap from diplomacy to deception. Sure, it'll be truth then.
Okay. Oh dang. All right. Yeah. Don't need to roll. He's down. He's gonna pull some strings. Make sure that you are on that boat, sharing a suite with him. So now we have half the party riding on one boat, half the party riding on another boat. One person in the party is telling the locals that there is about to be a massive war in the region.
Oh, well, I thought that the gambling boat that Vulture's going on is the same boat.
No, he's going on a smuggler's ship.
Oh, we did we decide
No,
on
we
that?
haven't.
No, you didn't, because instead of meeting up to discuss it, you guys
We corral.
corral.
Oh, wait. It was Stack who
It's
stole
all gonna work out.
Stack.
The
Yeah,
hangover
Stack
that-
stole this. Yeah.
two
I have the tickets
tickets
to
for the casino, and I'll be on the casino boat.
All right, so I have to ask Zenny.
Uh-huh.
It's getting late at this point. When the meal is over, do you go with Gideon to the boat, or do you remember that you have to go all the way across the
Yes.
river to the stables for the meetup before midnight?
I don't see how that's feasible to get back there for midnight.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you're just gonna have to hope that everyone finds their
Mhm.
way to the gunworks? Holy
But
shit.
Katrin knows that I went here and why.
Okay.
So Katrin would know that I am securing a ticket for the casino boat. for
Alright,
myself.
so that's taken care of. Katrin.
Ooh, would Gideon be able to get extra tickets?
Ooh.
Oh wait, no,
That-
I won't ask that because then he would think that I'm not just there.
Oh, fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
he would be a bit like, I don't know if that would work. I think that's a bad
Okay.
idea.
Fair enough. Katrin, it sounds like you're the only one, that actually goes and stays at the meetup spot.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Okay.
She said that
Do
she
you
went
just
to the
wait- do you
jail
wait-
because she needs her probably gonna
Well,
get in trouble.
so at midnight, when no one shows up to the meetup spot, you then head to the local jail to see if
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like deep sighing, and I'm gonna or like the constable's office, wherever I
Oh,
can. Like, if
okay.
there's a police scanner, I want to tap
Okay.
into a police scanner.
Okay. All right. I will point out that you and your allies do have wanted posters up, and you are pretty easy to spot now that they know that you're a ghost on the wanted posters. So hanging too close to the constable's office might not be the best move.
No, I want to see or I can see where they're coming and going.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, I guess we'll do a fade to black. Zenny, non-sexually but consensually, do you feed on this dude without murdering him in his very nice room aboard the Gunsmoke?
Sure.
Okay, fair enough. Then you have made it onto the boat and you're ready to continue the adventure. The rest of you though.
He says like he didn't offer this to us, like a genie's
Yeah.
lamp. Like he didn't expect us to rub.
Just because something is offered does not mean you should take it. These are the lessons that I try to teach. Okay, look at good Ketrin. Okay, Ketrin. We could all aspire to good Ketrin. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. All
But it's
right.
about the stories we have to tell.
Oh, is that,
Who-
is
yeah,
that what
It's
it
not the
is?
destination.
Yeah,
it's
who
the
would
journey
want to be
along
like,
the
yeah,
way.
we all went to
There
we
has
all
to
went to
be-
bed on time and took like a multivitamin and a bottle of water before bed,
That
and now
sounds
we can
really nice,
continue the
honestly.
adventure.
Man. All right. We'll go with Stacks first because I think it's the easiest one to deal with. Stack, you wake up and you're in a very fancy bed, on the boat.
Okay, what's
All right.
But
Next to you.
okay,
Next to you is Percival,
okay.
the Dwemer cat, and they are wearing a brownish black woman's wig and makeup. They are apparently disguised as the other woman that you stole the boarding pass from. You look around, and yeah, you're definitely on a boat, in a nice room on a boat. So you did make it to your destination. However, as you look around, you realize that you are wearing a haphazard disguise to try to look like the guy that you outgambled. But very strangely, you are not wearing your normal clothing. You are wearing a suit cobbled together from the bits and pieces and skins of various animals. It looks like rats, stray dogs, and cats.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Percival is kind of adjusting their fake wig, and they're wearing a dress, but it's like when Scooby Doo would dress up in a disguise. Like yeah, it's like really weird. And he looks back at you and just shakes his head. Just shakes his head.
Mm.
All right. Let's see. All right. So Walter, you wake up in the cabin of a ship, and you are in a large snuggle pile. You do see that Captain Celine Gale is nearby. But you also feel that something has been sort of like stuffed in your shirt, and when you pull it out, it is a note, and it says, the fishmongers won't forgive or forget what you did to us.
Oh.
Mm.
All right, he's gonna have to figure that
Okay.
out later.
I'm sure it's
I'm
nothing.
sure it's
I'm sure it's no
it's
big deal.
nothing.
Okay. And then let's see, Bella, give me a D4.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Mm. All right. Bella, you wake up in the woods.
Oh no, it's happening again.
Nearby, you see Sydney is asleep, and they're cuddling with a bear cub. The bear cub looks horrifying, like the ones from Fallout, like the mutated ones, like Yagagi or whatever they are, Yagao. But you do a quick inventory of yourself. You have everything on you. Everything's fine. You can see the city off in the distance. But you are only wearing one boot.
But it is a blast boot.
Yes, that's not good. So now
What do you mean?
you need both blast boots, right, for it to work. Otherwise, you would like,
I don't.
yeah, yeah, that's not great.
I have a lot of these though, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it is blast boots plural.
Yeah.
Can I make this area the focus of my investigation and look for my boot?
You can. You follow the tracks to the lair of a giant wolverine.
No, thank you. I have plenty of these. No, thank you. Goodbye. I get out my pack. I put on another blast boot, and wake up Sydney, and we're out.
All right.
Where's
Sydney?
Vashon?
Sydney
Where's
says.
Vashon?
Sydney says, "I. What am I supposed to do with this bear? It
Put it
doesn't have
down.
its-
Put
it doesn't have
down.
its family."
Put it down.
But
It's gonna come back. They'll smell it. It'll be fine.
look
We're
at
going
how
back to the
cute
city.
it is.
Back to the city, Sydney.
She shows you the hairless, wrinkled bear cub.
Sydney, snap out of it. Get
What?
it together.
Wait, why are we camping?
Sydney, we fucked up.
All right, as you guys
This is the
walk,
worst walk of shame ever.
as you walk / jog back to Martel, you hear, "Brr, brr," and you watch as the Riverboat Casino fucking heads west with out of the city.
Oh God.
All right, Walter, you would hear the brr, brr, like as it passes by. On the other side of the river, you kind of rush to the window. You look out and you see it. Just there it goes.
I fucked up.
It's the morning. Didn't
Mhm.
tell the others how we're gonna be getting up to the gunworks, but we should probably find something. That's fine. It's not fine.
All right.
He doesn't know that they're on that boat.
I feel like once like daybreak, like the sun is
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
to come up, and Ketrin feels confident that nobody's been arrested.
Okay.
She's gonna go start looking for him. So first
All right.
thing she'll do is head on down to the docks.
Okay. Do you head
Um,
back to the stables by the docks as the meetup point? See if maybe they remember to go there.
I mean, obviously they didn't.
Okay.
I'm not that naive.
I guess in the morning, Walter will wake up and head there, but then see that no one else is there.
As you head out, Captain Gale says, "Offer still stands, 300 gold. I'll take you on up there. It's a shame your pretty little friend didn't stick around. She said that she was gonna find the ultimate cuddle partner, whatever that means.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know."
Well, I need to go find her, so I'll be
Okay.
back in a bit.
Okay.
Where's Vashon?
I don't know. Serendipitously, Ketrin, you see a frantic Bellinora and Sydney roll back into town. They look disheveled. And they have sand in their hair. They've been out of the city, you're pretty sure.
Ketrin does not say anything to you,
Uh-huh.
but she radiates disappointment.
Oh, dang. Dang. Activate disappointment aura. All right, beautiful. Okay, Walter, as you exit the boat, you look around with your keen sharpshooter eyes, and you do in fact see 4 of your party members. 2 of them, I believe, are hanging their heads in shame, not making eye contact with
Bella-
Mother Ketrin.
Won't look at her.
All right.
Well, I guess y'all had a good evening.
She said, "I don't know. I can't really remember much of
Yeah,
it.
I can't remember mine either.
I think you know what? I think 8 milks is my limit."
Yeah.
Well, at least I didn't wind up hairy like a Sasquatch.
What?
Come on, y'all.
Never-
She just interrupts. We gotta find the other 2.
All right. Well, where did the other 2 go? Sydney says, like, well, where's Vashon?
No one's Stack. He's probably on that gambling boat. So let's see if anybody got on it.
Honestly, if I know Vashon, he's probably on that boat.
So are you guys going to spend 2 hours doing an investigation to ask about your semi-disguised companions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically Vashon, but yeah.
All right. You may go ahead and give me the standard gather information check, which is diplomacy. I don't know if there's something else you could put for it. I guess, Bella, I would accept Underworld because you guys are well-known criminals at this point.
Yeah. I
doing
do have one
crime.
that also allows me to swap out society for it.
Okay, yeah, whichever one you want to use then.
I'm just gonna roll recall.
All right, these are blind in case you get false information.
So is
All
it
right.
just diplomacy
I'm willing
or Kane society?
I'm
Because
gonna,
they have a feat that lets them
Oh,
use
okay.
society. Normally, it's just diplomacy. Yeah.
I'm burning a hero point to roll with
Oh
advantage.
shit. Okay.
What time is it?
All
We're getting
right.
close to the end. Yeah, sure. I'm going to.
Okay. All right. Mm. Okay. Walter, you may ask one question. Bella, you may ask 2 questions.
Where's Vashon?
All right. You ask around about a guy matching Vashon Gattleby's description, and then a very sexy lady dwarf with a very fine goatee. She says, "Oh, you talking about Washon? Washon Vattlebees? Real tall fella has a
Really gotta come
thing.
up better names.
Has a thing for short women.
That's the
I tried my best, but no matter how many drinks I plied him with, I just couldn't climb that tower. Apparently, his heart belongs to someone else. God bless him.
Wow,
He
is improving.
he got he got real lucky though. They was playing that game where you put one bullet in the gun, the Ustalov pistol play or whatever. And I honestly thought he was going to blow his brains out, but he ended up winning the grand prize. He went 11 rounds. They gave him a fist-sized diamond as a reward, and he said he was going to use it to surprise his girl. Something about taking her on an all-expense cruise on that gear smoke.
Doesn't he have the unlucky trait?
He does.
Wow.
Bella is just like melting right now, and also like coming to the realization that he is absolutely 100% on the boat like she pictured.
Mm-hmm. All right, you have another question?
You go ahead, Vulture. I'm gonna need a moment to process that.
Oh boy. I mean, did anyone else see a young lady acts like a Geb noble with anyone else on that boat?
Okay. So as you're asking around, somebody who works in a restaurant called the Eclipse Terrace overhears this conversation, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, I was working last night. There was quite a commotion. The concierge has sort of a weakness for drama. Apparently, a man was on a date without his wife knowing. I know. It's not that exciting. But the wife, there was something about her when she came in. I mean, she had a imperious sort of presence to her, and she had an Alkenstar Dutchy accent, but it kept slipping, you know? Not that I was listening at the window of the kitchen or anything, but it got real heated. But then apparently they're really in love, because when that lady, who was a looker, left, it's like it never happened. She just took that spot. They had dessert. I think it was the chocolate creme brulee, if I'm remembering correctly. And then they left arm in arm, and they looked like two lovebirds that had reconnected after a long time apart. Oh, yeah, anyways, I'm pretty sure that they were passengers on that gear smoke.
What did this lady look like? Blonde?
What was your disguise look like, Zenny?
I believe it was the Jelly Axion which go one. Oh no! This one was the boring and uninteresting lesser noble.
Okay, so a least noble of Geb, is that what you're?
No.
Okay. He says, well, I mean, definitely a Gebite noble, pale skin. I'm thinking one of the vampires.
Well, that's at least it checks a couple of boxes. And you said they went onto that casino boat? Alright. Well, not much we can do. It's already left harbor.
Yeah. It sure has. It left when the sun came up.
Alright. Thanks. She'll take that information back.
All right. You may ask one more question, Bella.
Yeah, I guess she would just follow up to see like who made it on the boat, and did we meet up with Ketrin?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember she was looking at you. Yeah, judging you.
She was watching your walk of shame.
Make eye
back to the
contact.
city.
Yeah. So asking everyone that got on the boat is a little too general, so you still need a more specific question.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who's unaccounted for. I guess stack the deck is the unaccounted for element here. I think
Okay.
everyone else.
Ash on and
All right, so you ask about.
So yes,
Do you want to ask about stack the deck, or you just want to
Yeah.
assume that there's no way he wouldn't have gotten on a casino boat?
Who else are we missing?
Nobody.
Where's Stu?
Where's Stu?
Yeah, where did he go?
He waited by the meetup spot all night, and is still there.
that's
Okay,
a,
we'll collect
that's a
Stu.
freebie.
Yes, he does what he's supposed to do. Was that your question? Was
Yeah. And does
all right.
he? Does he?
his eye lights bore into your soul, and you know that he knows everything, and he is very disappointed. He a Pop-Tart pops out instead of a grilled cheese sandwich, and he hands it to you wordlessly. But you feel the weight of his judgment, and through him, the judgment of your entire family, as he hands you the piping hot Pop-Tart. Strawberry, no frosting.
Ooh, this is on blueberry, no frosting.
It's just a toaster strudel with no frosting.
Hey, toaster strudel got that nice icing though in the
I'm
packet.
saying with no icing.
yeah. This is just.
Fella takes a D4 of psychic damage.
Oh god. Stu shakes his head in disappointment. It's mental damage.
That's
But
right.
he doesn't say it. In this instance, he just lets you continue to be wrong.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, you hear a and you see what looks like a turtle made of scrap and garbage floating down the river. You see running around on the turtle, which is maybe 100 feet long. You see all manner of goblins, kobolds, and just anyone who's into trash culture and scavenging, as they set sail for the gunworks on the garbage barge.
Oh, there goes the scrap barge. So that was.
Well, do you think we can still get on boat with your captain?
Yeah, it'd be 30 a person to get on. Maybe we can talk her down for a little bit less, but I mean she's good for it. At least.
Well, she said 300, and then it'd be up to 12 people. You gonna try to negotiate?
But we don't have to.
Yeah.
So.
How much money do we have between us? I have 100 gold. Ish.
I have 70.
I have about 150, but I would volunteer my proven hangover cures. It's like my most popular thing in the Ferris Quarter.
Okay.
That's how I'm paying.
I have 75, and then I put myself in 60.
Mm-hmm.
I think originally
Okay,
it was
okay.
60 for the two of us, and then 300 for 12 people.
Right. Because she was going to charge you the same rate as riding on the luxury casino cruise ship.
But she promised no monsters.
Yeah.
But she promised no monsters and safe passage. Yeah. I
And
will say, as I stare longingly at my giant garbage turtle gets attacked by river monsters encounter, that the garbage one did not promise no a safe journey.
I mean, we're gonna need a trip back.
But
so don't get rid of that. Don't get rid of that too soon.
all right, so you head back to the Swift what was it called? The Swift Squall, I believe. To sort of say, hey, we're we want to go to the gunworks, but this is all I got. I got these 5 people.
Yeah.
Well, he's a robot. I don't know if a robot would. I don't want to be racist, but I don't think a Clockwork would count against you. And your mounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You realize that Stack left his mount here. Do you guys pay the stabling fees and grab his mount for him, or do you just leave it?
What do you have? Was it?
Wasn't it a raptor? Didn't you have a
Yeah,
raptor?
it was a raptor.
Do you sell his raptor to?
No, we wouldn't be that much. of a dick. No, we try and.
Oh, okay.
I think maybe we'd probably bring it along with us.
All right, this is a super impoverished part of the city, and it's not, like the cost of stabling was pretty low, but still marked up for the region and the town. So it is a 3 silver for each mount to get them back from the stable.
All right. How many did we have?
All right.
I can't remember.
At least 5, I think, or no.
4, because no longer agreement.
that.
Right.
So I'll take
Yeah.
12 silver.
Okay. All right.
Done.
So then you head over to the skiff. To the Swiftwater skiff, and you see Captain Celine Gale just sort of lounging on the deck, wearing sunglasses, staring up. Not staring up, but just laying there, taking in the sun, enjoying the nice day. As you approach, she sits up and she looks over, takes the sunglasses off, and she says, all right, well, are we heading to the gunworks? Or?
Yeah, this is all I was able to scrounge around, unfortunately. Seems,
Oh, no, we talked about it last night, honey. It's on the house. You explained to me everything about the conspiracy, the threat of war, the Pyro Night, all that stuff.
I did. Fantastic. Well, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm glad we were able to...
Well, it's the least I could do since I feel so guilty. I'm pretty sure that I delivered a tremendous amount of alchemical and explosive supplies to the gunworks that were marked top secret that may have to do with this whole situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I can make good on my soul, I'll sail you to the gunworks.
That's fantastic.
All right, where's the rest of your group? You said there was an incredibly handsome cat who made you feel some kind of way sometimes, even though you also wanted to strangle him to death.
Apparently they have made their way onto the casino boat, so we'll be meeting them as we head out over there. I guess as the final destination.
All right. Well, what about that, the guy you described as the tallest, creepiest uncle anybody could have ever had?
Same deal.
Oh, well, what about the one that you described as a secret cinnamon roll wrapped up in barbed wire cactus?
Mm-hmm.
The Gebite princess. What about her?
Same thing.
Okay. Well, we already said that the Dwemer cat was a no-go.
And it's not going to be joining because it's on the other boat. So that's their problem.
Oh. Well, the gods be good and protect them. All right.
And then he'll turn to Ketrin and Bella and Sid and be like, this, what that was about, stays between us.
Bella shrugs.
Catherine still disappointed in everyone.
Damn. Even Captain Celine?
Probably
He's
not
offering the
Captain
solution.
Celine. I mean, a little bit, because clearly she was involved in this carousal, but she making up for it. Others aren't making up for it.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. In that case, you guys would settle in. Your mounts would be loaded into the hold, along with some questionable goods, and then you guys would head out. That's beautiful.
It all worked
right.
out in the end.
Let's...
Oh, nice success.
Sure. Well, I don't know who the fishmongers are. That sounds like a stolen fate.
It
problem.
does. That's the next year problem.
It's the new Bert.
All right. Let's see. Peaceful journey. Yeah, this is a peaceful journey. All right. So I have to ask, on your 2-day trip, we got 3 whole minutes. On your trip on the river, it's 2 very different situations. One is a sort of carefree, sort of pirate ship-like adventure, right? Of this smuggling skiff. Everybody on the boat's pretty chill, singing river shanties. sharing stories. True to her word, you do see a couple of river monsters kind of rise up, like I'm gonna get you, and then they kind of like look at the ship and they shake their head and they go back in the water. It is the calm voyage that was promised. So in those 2 days, you could do 2 days of downtime if you would like, including working on the boat. But you would need to sell me on what you were doing on the boat that would make it appropriate for you to work on the boat. And she would only need assistance on non-sailing stuff up to level 5. But for sailing, she would accept up to level 10 if you have something like related to like lore sailing or something like that.
Does skill like acrobatics come into play for that?
I would say not for. Are you talking about like to kind of climb the rigging and manage the sails and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I would say that she has a skilled enough crew that you would definitely be on like a low end, like level 5 for that. But yeah, you could do that if you wanted to.
Okay.
I've got
I
two.
had a question.
Mm-hmm.
Pathfinder remaster stuff that
Mhm.
just came out, champion stuff. Do I need to downtime retrain into some things, or
Nope.
can I
You
just
can
do
you
like a little
can
mini respec?
you could do a mini respec since your class got changed on you. Same thing with the
Okay.
alchemist. Yep.
All right.
I think I have two that might apply here. I think I could either
Okay.
do mercantile lore, and I could,
Okay.
advise her on her trade, or I could do
Nice.
engineering.
Ooh. Okay. Engineering again. The ship's in good shape, so that would just be a level 5. But offering business advice. Yeah. Okay. I will allow that as a level up to level 10 job. Keep in mind though, the DC can get pretty hairy if you go too far above your level.
Would I be able to reuse my firearm lore because we've worked with this person before?
You could. I would still say it'd be a level 5 job tops.
Okay. That's
Yep.
fine.
Okay.
And how many days was it?
2 days.
2 days. Fuck yes, let's go.
Wow. Okay, so you turn her on to some extremely smart business practices that she had not considered. You help her file her taxes that she hadn't done this year, and also find her some real savings that she had missed out on, and some teach her about smarter tax shelters, and even help her set up a shell company. She's so impressed. She pay you 16 gold.
Just another day's work.
Okay. Walter. You bungle the job, and maybe you drop someone's favorite gun over the side of the ship, or something completely out of character for you. Your body, not used to carousing, is taking a long time to recover.
What kind of gun was it?
Oh, it'll just be reflected in the fact you didn't get paid a lot. That's
Okay.
all. It's yeah. Okay. We will find out what Theater of the Mind shenanigans happened on the gear smoke at the beginning of next session, I guess. But suffice to say, next session you should be arriving at the gunworks to follow a few leads and try to figure out just what the hell is going on. All right, cool. All right. Quick announcements. We've got Extra Life coming up soon. If you want to participate or help or donate or all of the above, or help manage the event when it's going on, or be a backup player in case somebody passes out their keyboard, which happens all the time, please contact me. Please let me know. I will add you to the communications and planning and all that, and keep you well informed of what is going on. It's going to be the first weekend of November. It is during daylight savings time for America, so it will be a 25-hour marathon featuring time travel. So yeah. If you are looking for a towards the end of the year way to donate and help out the world and also your taxes, this is a great charity. They help Children's National Hospitals, helping children and their families with medical stuff and the facilities and making things better and nicer and all that jazz. So please consider that moving forward. What else? I don't think I have any other announcements. I know there's a Blades in the Dark game being run on the server. I don't know if that is full or not. If you were interested, check it out. That is a system I'm very curious about. I just don't know if I have the spoons to try it. So if somebody streams it or records it, I definitely intend to watch it because I am, it is a session where they're going to be learning the game together. You may have seen that on our server before where people play the beginner's box at a beginner's pace. And everybody was just kind of learning and figuring out together. Yeah. Does anybody have any other things before we adjourn?
Not really.
Nope. All right. Then I hope everyone enjoys this fine Saturday and weekend, and we will continue the adventure next week.
Thanks for running. And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.